oje menije. Onye mo seme ima emie bo no jebeto eto me mo jigbe. Ege ni riri ya heme to me oje menije. Onye mo seme ima emie bo no jebeto eto me mo jigbe. Wa wese o wa wese weto. Wa wese weto ni mo se me. Wa wese we boy ire nebo me. Wa wese o wa wese weto. Wa wese. Uji no rato pe goja me pe oje me nije. Kotogade ni magaru tema. Ni magaru tu mone, nagaya ovene, muye do mafwa. Uji no rato, kotalade, ni magaru tema, ni magaru tu mone, ni nagaya ovene, muye do mafwa. Uji no rato pega jame pe oje menije. Kotalade.
Hello, my people. I welcome you back again. As promised, I said to everybody that we'll be out again on part 2. If you watch the part 1, I promise that we're going to bring the panelists in today. The panelists will be joining us very soon. And we have people like Alois, Nicholas, Harry, Victor. They will all be joining us, and other of our brothers. They will be joining us to discuss why is Asuen Ighodalo running away from Governor Obaseki Legacies. If Obaseki talks, say, he perform very well. Person way in the brink, they run away from her. Part of that reason, I don't know. I cannot join it, or I can take it that Obaseki, in a way, a monumental failure performance, not reach up to standard, not up to the standard. I welcome all of them today, one by one. But before then, I go explain. Part of these reasons relate to violation of court orders. Obaseki, an outlaw. All his period, all his time, since he has been the governor of Edo State, took the baton of Edo State, leadership of Edo State, Obaseki has insisted constantly at law, no regard for the set down law, no regard for set down rules. For example, that Igworiaki College of Agric, Obaseki drove them all out, made them redundant, did not pay them any money, and the people felt aggrieved and they went to court. And the court decided that Obaseki should pay them their dues, what they are entitled to. Obaseki refused. Please, panelists, the link is out there now. Please click on it and join me today so that we can trash this problem. Alois, are you there? Nicholas, are you there? The ball is in your court. The 14 members of a State House of Assembly who were duly elected to represent their constituency at the State House of Assembly, Obaseki refused them. Obaseki turned them down. He refused to adjoin them. He refused to swear them in to perform their constitutional right. That is one of the problems. Obaseki, not stopping there, issued a letter of proclamation in the middle of the night asking people to come into the State House of Assembly. That is fragrance flouting of the law. Excuse me. Obaseki again, in number 2, all his time since he's been there, he's been anti-palace, meaning anti the Benin people. He's been fighting the palace for the ownership of artifacts. He's done a lot of things to the palace, which the Benin people felt is an abomination, and they are not happy. Then the road, Obaseki, all the roads are washed away. The few roads Obaseki claimed to have done are all washed away by erosion. Obaseki, since he's been the governor of Edo State, Obaseki refused to employ Edo people into Edo State government service. The few he recruited are on casual, provisional appointment. Security-wise, Obaseki did not do anything to bring succor, to bring peace to Edo people as far as security is concerned. Everybody know at night time, the whole city in Benin City is closed down, let alone the other cities in other region closed down. As from 6:30, people will just rush home, scared of security. That's a monumental failure. The road in Ososo in Edo North, those roads leading to farmers' village where they produce food for Edo people and for the nation have been taken over by kidnappers in Ososo area. Go reach Odigwetwe, that road leading to Akure. Kidnappers, armed robber, completely took over the place, and Obaseki collect 900 million security votes, and nothing is being done with security. Nightlife is totally useless. Obaseki tried to put some sucker into the primary education, but the tertiary one, Obaseki completely rubbished them. He closed down the governing council, the University Governing Council of AAU, and running the Ambrosale University from his own bedroom. So all these are the things that the people are upset, and all these are the things Asuen Ighodalo is seeing, and that is why he's not campaigning with Governor Godwin Obaseki's legacy. Obaseki is well known with fake promises. He promised airports, international airports in Uzare, Oshomole area. He promised the Edo people Gelegele seaport. He promised a lot of things which never happened. All are with MOU. And they didn't come to fruition. They didn't come to reality. All this now the thing where Obaseki do, where be say, as when they dodge, or when they look at like this, not bring Obaseki near me, but secretly they are in a cohort to loot Edo. So while we are waiting, I will share this video and announce to the people, because there's a mistake in the starting of this video, that because we use 3 platforms, we use 2 YouTube channels and Facebook as well. I don't think this particular broadcast has been shared today, and that is why most people are not here now, but they will soon join us. Please, my people, I'm going to put a music on video and phone the panelists to come in. Bear me just 5 minutes. 2 minutes. We'll all be okay to do this.
APC, Akpakomiza for governor. Akpakomiza for governor. APC, Iriano. Monte go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpakomiza mel, paki your lodo sa debe direct you. Monte go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpakomiza mel, carry go, make you carry go. Iwo ke sanpi pe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sanpi pe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo kibini o ni makupe ni ma voti na mo. Ni baba yere esan igbeto edo igbesan opa makin ni makoku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana ni ma boku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana Akpakomiza carry go Akpakomiza carry go make you carry go. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. If no be Monday, opa follow me, I no go vote. APC, Akpakomiza for governor. Akpakomiza for governor. APC, Iriano. Monte go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpakomiza mel, paki your lodo sa debe direct you. Monte go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpako mizamel, carry go, make you carry go. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo kibini o ni makupe ni ma voti na mo. Ni baba yere esan igbeto edo igbesan opa makin ni makoku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana ni ma boku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana akako bisa carry go carry go you carry go carry akako bisa carry go make you carry go. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. If no be Monday, Opa, follow me and no go vote. APC, Akpakomiza for governor. Akpakomiza for governor. APC, Iriano. Monday go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpako mizamel, paki your lodo sadebe direct you. Monday go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpako mizamel, carry go, make you carry go. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo kibini o ni makupe ni ma voti na mo. Ni baba yere esan igbeto edo igbesan opa makin ni makoku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana ni ma boku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana akako bisa carry go you carry akako bisa carry go make you carry go. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. We don't decide to follow person, we no road. If no be Monday, Opa, follow me and no go vote. APC, Akpakomiza for governor. Akpakomiza for governor. APC, Iriano. Monday go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpako mizamel, paki your lodo sadebe direct you. Monday go pebble for governor, make you carry go. Akpako mizamel, carry go, make you carry go. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sankupe makabo kupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo ke sako yaki makupe ni ma voti na mo. Iwo kibini o ni makupe ni ma voti na mo. Ni baba yere esan igbeto edo igbesan opa makin ni makoku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana ni ma boku pe ni ma voti na mo ose makana o ose makana akpako bisa carry go you carry akpako bisa carry go.
My people, that are fine music. The panelists are showing up now. More are still coming. My people, like we said, like I said before, we're going to look at why is Asuen Ighodalo running away from Governor Obaseki Legacy. Person will go join us today, who is the panelists today, is our great brother Victor. Our great brother Victor is from Dubai. He will be speaking on it, and Alois will be joining us. Nicholas is coming. Nicholas na investment banker too. He like Asuen Ighodalo. Even Victor like Asuen Ighodalo. Now only one person I know say it go be APC. We like Okpebolo today. And then Alois. And Alois go face these two people before other people come. Like I explained to you, most of the panelists, they are mostly from America and Canada. They will join us later. Please share this video. Share it, let it go viral, please. Our brother is here now. Victor, I know you don't like showing your face.
Good evening.
Victor is from Edo Central.
Good evening.
We are happy to see you, to be with us today. Just mention your name and where you speaking from.
Thank you for having me.
To the viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
It's been quite a while. I don't know if it's been quite a while since we came together. I think the last time was about 3 weeks ago or thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. Or I don't know, but it's been quite a while, and it's good to be back. I think the campaign officially started today. Officially, according to the timetable, campaign has kicked off today.
Yeah.
So time for the official basketballs. It's time for the official basketballs of campaign. So
yes, basketballs don't start, and I don't launch out today.
Yeah, so I'm sure this year.
So, Mr. Victor, tell us why is that?
I'm sure it will be very interesting. You know, as events unfold, it will be interesting to know what the different camps are up to, the different candidates are up to, their campaign strategy, their manifesto, and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, you know, and let the basketballs begin. You know, this is what politics. This is politics. So a lot of things will be unfolded in the next few months, leading up to the elections. So we are looking forward to it. Once again, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. You have said all I needed to say, and I'm happy for that. The thing today, you're going to get, you are expecting people like Alois, Nicholas, and a lot of others as panelists.
It's my good friend coming too.
The topic today is who?
My good friend Asemota. Is he going to be here? I know if
it would join us. I would want him to come. He na Ogboligi, the Gboligi. He will join us today too. Question today is let's go on to business. Why is Asuen Ighodalo running away from Governor Obaseki Legacy? Do you have any suggestion to that? Because the last time he said it's not with we heard him saying in one of the platforms saying that it's not with Obaseki, and the other time he said if the Benin artifact comes, he will select the one to go to Palace, and he will select the one to go to Palace, and he will select the one that he will give to the Palace, and the one that will go to Government House as well. But the last outing, he said he tried to repair it, that they will give 500 million to this and that to boost tourism. Please, can you go ahead and tell us why is he running away from Obaseki Legacy if Obaseki perform well? Because now teacher I've been a person who pass school where then they try to attach with, they notice me, go say I attach to it, I am with this, I am that. So tell us today, speak to us.
Yeah, thank you for the question. First and foremost, you know, this is politics, Epa. And you know, in politics, everybody have their strategy. I would say he's running from his legacy. I won't put it exactly that way because according to him, or even according to Obaseki, they've been friends for 4 decades. You know, so I wouldn't say he's running from Obaseki's legacy, but I just think that his own campaign strategy is not to be too much tied with Obaseki's present government. You know, he's trying to the same thing. If you can see the same thing Tinubu did in the
Because Obaseki, na shoot Obaseki carry.
if
Na
you
shit
wait,
they
let me
carry
land.
follow body,
Let,
not
let me land.
perform well.
Let me land, sir. You know, the same strategy Tinubu took in the press. He distanced himself from Buhari's legacy. He didn't tie himself to Buhari's legacy. He ran on his. He tried to be his own man. You know, so that is what I see here. I think is the strategy he has adopted. It's not as if he's running from the legacy per se, but he's just trying to use a strategy whereby he wants people to see him as his own man with his own thinking and his own way of doing things. He doesn't want to see him as if, you know, he will be remote controlled by Obaseki. You know, I think that is the way I see it anyway.
One second. Let's take it step by step. It doesn't want to be seen as Obaseki. It doesn't want to be remote. Is that your position? But the problem,
what I mean is that he wants the electorate to see him as his own man. He doesn't want to be tied to Obaseki's government. You know, the strategy he's trying to bring he's trying to use is that, you know, yes, Obaseki is there. Obaseki will speak for himself. I am speaking for myself. This is my own. I will do things my own way. You know, that is the vibe I'm getting from it. You know, I would say it's exactly running away from Obaseki. No, they are friends. They say they have been friends for 4 decades. So I know they see, they talk, you know, on a private level. They do that. But I think the strategy he's adopting is that he wants the electorate to see him as his own man that can do things his own way, you know. So that is the way I see it anyway. You know.
just this question. This is Asuen Ighodalo, never contested election in a local government, never contested election in the state level, and Benin get this adage, this saying that Gbenoma Dede. If he truly knows that Obaseki performed very well, why is he dodging? Why is he avoiding him? Go ahead.
No, I don't like I said, I don't think he's avoiding Obaseki. See, look at it this way. He is running for governor. Obaseki is not running, whether I would like it or not. Just like the last election, where they say APC that Buhari was why is Tinubu? But Tinubu distanced himself from Buhari. He didn't tie his campaign to Buhari. He tried to be his own man. You understand? That is what I see Asuen is doing too. He doesn't want people to see him as an Obaseki stooge. He is his own man. He will do things his own way. He will not be influenced by anybody. You understand? I'm even afraid more for Okpewolo, like he will be controlled by some people like Izeyamo and the rest, because I don't see him as his own man. I don't think he's a man that can take his own decision on his own, that can be himself. I think the way I'm seeing Okpewolo now, that I think he's too much influenced by all these cabals in APC. They're influencing him too much. It's not. I don't. It's not. I don't see him as somebody that can. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. That if he becomes governor, let him not be controlled by all these.
You are wrong.
Cabals. Let him be his own man, and take his own decision on his own. You know, I don't see Okpewolo like somebody like that can be free from control. You know, I don't know, but I don't know. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong anyway. But that is the vibe I get from Okpewolo. You know, because Asuen is trying very hard to try and be his own man, to try and let people know that, he can take his own decisions uninfluenced by anybody. And to be a leader, to be a governor or a leader, you have to have that quality that, in spite of godfathers or cabals in your party, you can be your own man. You can take your decision and stand by it, uninfluenced by anybody within the party or within the godfather or within the cabal in the party. So, to an extent, a leader should have that quality to be your own man. Not to be controlled or used by godfathers or cabals within your party. Let them make decisions for you. You have to be able to stand firm, you understand, and have the political will to make decisions on your own without any unnecessary influence. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to your party. You can listen to your party. You can take advice from them. But at the same time, as a leader, as a governor, the buck stops with you. You have to be your own man. You have to be able to take your own decisions, do things your own way, have your own style of governance. You understand? Because no matter what you see, every governor or president that come, they have their own style of doing things. You understand? No two people are the same. Oshomole has that unionist style.
Tendencies.
He came from the unionist background. He has that style. But other governors don't have that unionist background style of governance. But that does not mean that everybody have their own way of doing things anyway. So I want a governor that can be his own man, that can be unique in your own way, do things your own way, have your own style of governance, whether people like it or not. But you have your style. You are not easily cajoled by some set of cabals or godfathers within your party to take decisions on your behalf and make you do things you don't want to do. So I think that is what Asuen is trying to sell. He's trying to let people know that, you know what, yes, Obaseki is governor, is PDP leader, but I am my own man. I can do things my own way. That's the vibe I get anyway. I'm not saying you might also be right, but
let me my glasses, please.
My own vibe I get from the question you asked me, that why is he running from Obaseki's legacy? I don't think he's running. He's just trying to let the electorate know that, to give them that impression that he cannot be influenced by anybody or any godfather. He can be his own man. He can take his own decisions on his own. That's the way I see it anyway.
Thank you very much. Viewers at home, please join me to welcome Oga Nicholas Ighodalo. Nicholas Ighodalo is in the banking industry too, and is one of those people, and one of the strong men behind AI, Asuen Ighodalo. He strongly believes. I remember I put out a call to him and I appealed to him, please, sir, will you join me to support Okpebolo? He said, I'm from that area, and my co-worker, somebody who is in the banking industry, that he has more trust in him, and he would prefer to support Okpebolo. Mr. Nicholas Ighodalo, you are welcome to this show today.
Thank you.
And we are happy to see you today.
Thank you so
please,
much.
the first question,
everybody, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, we actually spoke.
Good evening.
Good evening. If I've been put up like this, if I want to start like this, I'm from Edo State. I'm from the Asian speaking Edo. Actually, you call me. Do you know till today? If I see some of my friends talk to me about Okpebolo, I feel so ashamed to some extent, because I've not really seen his moves. I support people that I see potentials. From your topic, you said, why is Asuen running away from Obaseki? Asuen is not running away from Obaseki. Asuen Asuen is trying to prove to you that I have this is the capacity. I have something to offer. I don't need Obaseki to sell me to the Edo people. That's what he's simply displaying. If you listen to Mondokwebu, before he mentioned two things, he mentioned Obaseki. I don't like those kind of campaign. Tell Edo what you would do. If there's a fire in Edo State, the government fail. No, you don't do politics like that. And to a greater surprise in Nigeria today, this is what Peter Obi brought to create that awareness for people to come into politics. But this normal transactional politicians don't want people to, they don't want to hear that. They are scared when they see people, elites coming into politics. That is the problem we're having in Edo State now. That's why you're even mentioning legacy. Why would somebody be telling you, my leader, when you are coming to rule a state? Is it the leader that owns the state? I'm not comfortable with that kind of speech at all. I have told people that are close to him, meet him, tell him to tell Edo what he will do for Edo. And another way around is the dispensation we are, this dispensation is too tech. We don't want analog approach to anything. These days, there is no money in Edo State as we speak. We actually need somebody who have the courage, who have that capacity. The reason why investors don't want to come to Nigeria is because they are seeing us there. That is all about business. When there is no trust, there is an issue. It's because of trusting in the banking industry that when you want to borrow money from Nigerian bank, they'll tell you, go and bring house, go and bring this. Even when bringing house, at the most time, they will not still give you the loan because they have trust issue. I don't think those things place in abroad. You can be in your house and get a loan. It doesn't happen because they've got into that state where they've eliminated that trust issue. Everybody tried to protect his name overseas, but we don't have that in Nigeria. So we need somebody that have that capacity that people can trust. If you fact check Abia State, you see that in the few months you will see money Ote we borrow will be more than every other state. Because anywhere he goes to, they want to listen to him. Can Monday will go and sit down with Okonjo Wela to tell him, I want to do this in Edo State, I want you to borrow me money. They will not listen to him because they don't even know him. This is where we will have problem in Edo State. This is why I'm calling all Edos that we should think. We should be thinking very fast. That this dispensation we are is not about all this parochial way of politics. I'm an Ishan. Me, I'm from Ishan. My father is Ishan, my mother is Ishan. I'm from Ekpoma, to be precise. If you are looking at that direction, I'm an Ishan. Well, Ishan, if Ishan person is coming, will it be governor of Ishan? He's going to be the governor of the whole Edo State. So we need somebody that have this vast knowledge to look at you and tell you this is what you can offer. In most cases, if people want to run their company, you are looking for the best people to employ. And me, I'm telling you today, Asuen, if he becomes governor, just be rest assured that he's going to get the best hand. He will not look if he have the best hand in APC, he will pick the person. He's not going to look at because you are APC, I will not want you to work with me because his intelligence is exposed. Those are the things we need in Edo. We can't afford to go back. I live all my life in Delta State before I left Nigeria. The problem they're having in Delta State today is because they've never had a governor that have economic brain. They're still struggling in that state today. So the best thing they can do is to tie road.
Can I quickly chip in this, please? I like the last statement to tie road, but let me chip in this. Asuen Ighodalo has been in the corridor of power in Edo State. He served under Oshiomhole and he was a very close pal of Governor Godwin Obaseki. How many investments Asuen Ighodalo introduced to Edo?
Let me tell you. Asuen Ighodalo did not serve. He was an advisor. You see, when you have a consultant, if a consultant consult for you, he will not tell you if you don't do this. You have the right to say what the consultant told me to do. I will either do it or not do it. That's the best I can explain. When I say he worked, he wasn't working there. He was just an economic advisor.
I can help you. I can help you to explain that. Hello?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Hello, can hear you.
Yeah, I can help you to explain
Alois,
that.
Alois, one
yeah.
second. Alois, the two of them are pro Asuen Ighodalo. You are pro.
No,
I'm not.
even if we are pro Asuen Ighodalo, the most important thing is that the whole world is listening to us. They will
Listen,
see that.
Listen, I'm not interested in pro. I'm not interested in pro or not pro. So when I go to Niger Watch channel, I went to the other channel. So I've been speaking about those states for the past 8-10 years.
Which
so,
is the
so
major
what I say to
issue.
you, if you look at my title, I don't to you, I separate fact from fiction. If my fact make you go vote for Obi, good enough. If make you go vote for Asuen Ighodalo, good. If make you go vote for Modo Kpebolo, good. But the point is, if people decide to mislead people where I am, I will tell them where they are misleading people. That is the truth. So, so let's go back to what you just said just now. Say Asuen Ighodalo did not have executive power. You don't have to have executive power to be part of a government. Now, go back to Asuen Ighodalo that you are talking about now. Asuen Ighodalo was a visiting member of the economic team of Adams Oshomole government. Asuen Ighodalo was a member of the economic team of Governor Obaseki. Asuen Ighodalo was also chairman of Ighodalo Summit. He's chairman of many things under Obaseki government. So there's no way you can take him out of that government. So if you are saying he doesn't have one, that is just speaking to people that don't understand how things work. Then secondly, now, if you look at Tinubu today, part of the reason when Tinubu was campaigning, when people say, Tinubu, you supported Buhari, then Tinubu was able to shrug it off. Why? If you look at Tinubu, he was bold enough to stand up and say, okay, I supported APC and Buhari to be in government, but I never took a position in Buhari government. I was not an advisor. I was not this, I was not that. So when he was campaigning, he was able to separate himself. So the fact that you have a topic that says why is Obaseki running away from Ighodalo, sorry, is it Ighodalo? Asuen, running away from Obaseki Legacy. Now, when you are saying don't discuss it, the fact of the matter is very clear. So I don't know you are talking about here. At the end of the day, this is an election. So when you have 2 or 3 parties campaigning for an election, if you come from the ruling party, in the case of Asuen Ighodalo, he either own the record of Obaseki or he will say, I don't own that record. In the case of Tinubu, Tinubu actually said to people, I own some of Buhari record, but I also have what I've done in Lagos to present. So you cannot come back in 8 years and say, Ighodalo, he has a choice. That choice is to either own Obaseki record or don't own it or take from it. Now, if you are the Labour Party candidate, the Labour Party candidate is not in government. Mondo Kpebolo is not in government. So if you are campaigning, or if I'm running as a governor under AAC, what I'm campaigning is that I'm campaigning against Obaseki government because Obaseki is being promoted by promoting Asuen Ighodalo. So when you come on something and say don't talk about Obaseki government, I think that is just being disingenuous. That is trying to deflect. That is the reality of the whole show. Even in Europe, you will live in Europe, America, or Britain. If you have a previous government and is presented a candidate, the opposition will run against the action of the government that is currently in power. That is what people do everywhere in the whole world. That's what it is.
Well, yeah. In most cases, you should be able to tell people what you would do against what the government is doing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But
that's the problem.
No, that is not a problem. But the point is, most of your point or your attack, whatever, comes from what the present government is doing. So you are not going to start your argument. Okay, we all support Peter Obi at some point or the other. Peter Obi is not going about to say it's going to build airport or it's going to this. He is telling you that, there is 2,000 or 2 million children out of school. He's not telling you how he's going to fix it, but he emphasized more on the problem and give you some of the fixing. So if you are saying, the Okpebolo people shouldn't talk about the shortcomings of Obaseki, that is
I didn't say you should not. No, I didn't say you should not.
That is afraid.
I didn't say you should not talk. No,
I didn't. Legacy. So if you want to do the topic properly, if you feel like you want to highlight what Obaseki is doing or whatever, I think the topic says why is Asuen running away from the legacy. The best thing to make the argument is to present Obaseki legacy. and defend it, or probably say, why is Asuen not say, okay, let's give you a simple example. Obaseki is in Edo State. When he was campaigning in the last election, he went about everywhere. He promised that he's going to light up every house in Edo State. Now, is Asuen going to start campaigning with that legacy now? That's what you need to ask yourself. That's what a legacy means. So it doesn't mean that you will say, oh, we shouldn't talk about what this man did, what this man do. 80% of every election depends on what the previous government does. That is the truth.
Yeah, I think Alois is right, but let me come in here. Let me help Nicholas a bit. You see, this issue of Obaseki legacy is not going to go away, especially in an election year like this. You know, Asuen is running under PDP. Obaseki is PDP. So people will say that PDP governments have not done this, have not done that, have not done this. It's normal. It's campaign, it's election. You understand? That doesn't mean that the Obaseki that they are talking about his legacy. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have his own supporter that will say that he has done well.
He has some great legacy. That's true.
Yeah, let me tell you, there is no government or prayer or government that doesn't have supporters. You understand? In any country, anywhere in the world, no matter how bad, no matter how people think you are, you must have you must have a supporter now. You know? So what I am saying is that they can talk about Obaseki's legacy all they want. You understand? Whoever wants to talk about it can talk, but that does not mean that they will not see people that will say Obaseki has also done well. So it's like that. It's politics. It's everybody will campaign on his own strength and weakness.
Una good evening.
Hey, Mr.
Hey, Baba, I greet all of you now. Actually,
Mr. Before you start, so let's just put it this way. Let's stick to the topic anyway, because I've just before I joined.
What's the topic?
When Victor was on, I was trying to look at my videos, whatever videos I have online. So let's really look at it. I've got a video to play. Because at the end of the day, if we want to keep saying, oh, let's not talk about Obaseki legacy or let's disregard the whole thing, and be talking about certificate, who goes school pass, who not go school. At the end of the day, if that's what the discussion is, what Nigeria needs to do as a country, now to change the reason for do election, cancel all election. When you want a governor of Edo State, set up a panel, everybody presents CV. Then the professor go look the CV. They'll say, now you qualify, go be governor.
For me, I think a lot of people will come in like, let's check Obaseki legacy. Like I've always said, government is supposed to be an individual's own. Obaseki has done his own. Yeah. People using Obaseki, like I get this whole thing, like people always say, Asuen Ighodalo and Obaseki brought Asuen Ighodalo, and I think Edo people should do away with that. The point is that Asuen Ighodalo, what do you have to give to the Edo people? Stop believing on all this Obaseki thing. Edo people should have I think this is just a mindset, like people trying to meander it. Obaseki has done his own. Asuen Ighodalo, what do you intend to do more for the Edo people? I think that's what we should be asking. Not looking at Obaseki. Obaseki is gone. Obaseki is not coming to the picture. The picture should be centered around Asuen Ighodalo. Like I told you the other day, I do not believe on all those you have certificate to do this. No. Individual, come and tell the Edo people what you intend to do if given the mandate to rule. The same thing goes to Okpebolo. The same thing goes to Akpata. The same thing goes to the other people. You say all this one will come and say the other one will say, Obaseki brought this one, the other one brought this one. I think Edo people should do away with it. We then have to face whoever is in that is want to take that office. We need to ask them because that office is. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, okay, Asuen Ighodalo now we leave his house now and come to Uromi village or whatever village you want to call it. Then we go there and say, I'm a PDP man, and one of the things he has said is that Obaseki has reformed education, whatever. Then he will go there and stand and say, oh, Obaseki education is useless. Me, I'm coming to bring a different type of education. That is why Obaseki will always be in the equation. That is the simple truth.
Here is the point. And I get what you're saying. But here is the point. This is why I try to say we need to make sure We put those people, let them get the education. If he said he wants to change the situation, for example, like you use the education sector, like he wants to change it into a different. Now the question is, now, sir, how do you intend to change it from point A to point B? That should be the question. Because the person is telling you want to transform. How do you intend to transform it? How are you going to get the money? And how is it going to be beneficial to the Edo people? Now, whoever is coming, is it going to build on what you are, because you think Obaseki's own is not right and you are putting it on the right direction? Are you not sure that another person is not going to cancel your own legacy and actually make another one? Because we need to ask, he's the one that is telling Edo people he wants to shift the goalpost now. For example, tell Edo people how you are going to shift the goalpost, who is paying for it, how are you going to pay for it, and how is it going to be beneficial to Edo people? I think that should be the question I'm going to ask him. Yeah, because if you bring a CV, your CV has nothing to do with me. It's how competent you are and how you understand government as an institution through which the will of a state, like what we have, can be formed. So I'm not interested in you have A, B, C, D, or whatever you have. Tell us how you are going to convert X, Y, and Z to become something that will be beneficial to the citizen. It's simple.
Yeah, I get what you are saying. If you are doing a TV interview or a radio interview,
thank you, Mr.
that is the question you go to. But what I'm saying to you, if Akpata goes to Uromi now, Akpata can say to Uromi people, and he hasn't been in government, and say, Uromi, I am going to bring 24 hours power. It doesn't have that record as a party. If Okpebolo goes to Uromi, he's going to start his conversation with what his party has done. That is how politics work. Before he starts saying, this is what I'm going to add, this is what I'm going to change it. It cannot start with one way. Okay, put it this way now. Obaseki did that power in Benin. He did that power in Benin. If you listen to Asuen Ighodalo in his last interview, he referred to that power. That's where he started the conversation. We are going to expand it. That's what I'm saying. That's what the legacy means here. So you cannot say Asuen will go about and start disregarding the legacy.
I think he's right. We're always looking to improve things now.
Yeah.
Should he say we'll not expand it?
That's what I'm saying.
He should say, yes, Obaseki has done it to this extent. I will take it to this extent. It's normal. I don't expect it to say that he will not do anything there. He will try to say he will expand it or he will improve on it.
Victor, this is what I want Edo people to know. Let it be that the people, whether home and abroad, to understand that any government that is coming shouldn't be coming nonsense and say, oh, let me come into power. No, you must be held accountable. This is what I want, a system whereby somebody will come out and ask you what you want to do. Because then nobody was interested. I think it's getting more interesting now that people, if you go on the social media, it's all debate. This is all I want. Competition is not going to be one-sided politics that they normally do. That when they come in, they tell you, oh, you don't understand politics. You are Indomie generation. God, those time, it don't pass. You now need to understand what I am trying to let Edo people know is that government cannot be your friend. You cannot be also a friend to the government. Yes. Even if it's your father or my father that is going into there, it then come. Let him go and submit himself to the people.
Israel, commission is during the campaign. I don't know what you are saying.
Yeah, see, this one, that is what I want people to understand. All this one where you come and say, no, you just follow on because Obaseki did this. I think Edo people should be much more ahead of that. Okay? Because this will not help us as a people. This sentimental kind of things, or this kind of he brought this. No, let all these candidates come and talk and let us hear.
Mr. Israel, you just hit the nail on. That's my problem with Edo politics. Too much sentiments. Too much.
Very.
Too much of they are playing sentimental politics. I don't understand it. Government is not meant to be your friend. You understand? Government is meant to do things objectively. The way it's not meant to be sentimental to favor any group of people. No, That's not what government is. Government is not your friend. Government is not supposed to be your, you are not supposed to be your best friend.
We want it to be like a cash machine. Anybody can go there and take money.
And go to government and go and sit down and demand.
Yes. And they should still know. And they should still know that government, Osadebe house is not for anybody. Like you just come and say what you don't know. Anybody going to Osadebe house must know why it's going to Osadebe house.
Government is not sentimental. I don't know if you understand. So, but most of our people want to play sentimental. They want sentimental government. They want. I don't understand. It's sometimes I look at it, I just laugh. Because here in Europe, government does not place it. If you are meant to do this, the government will tell you this is what you are meant to do, and you must do it. If you have a fine, if you are fined, you have a fine to pay.
Mr. Victor, please, can I chip in this just 1 second? I actually interrupted Mr. Nicholas Ighodalo just now. I will want him to have his time to speak further on this matter. Mr. Ighodalo, are you there? Mr. Ighodalo. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Victor, before we get
so just to buttress Israel's point. I think we are too sentimental when it comes to government. So some people will say, "Oh, I work for this man. He must reward me. He must." Come on. If you voted, if you campaigned or you work for a government, does it mean that they must come and give you position, or they must? I don't understand. It's sometimes I just look at the whole thing. I just said, what is all this sentiment all about? Oh, this governor is wicked. I work for him. He didn't reward me. Come on, you're not the only one that voted now. It's only your vote that counted. But
Victor, that is where the politicians actually got the people, and they use it to today. And every time you speak on a political a ground that has to do with equity, they tell you don't understand politics, or they call you Indomie generation. They know themselves. And this is why we then tell them, see, you can call these people an Indomie generation, but the generation coming now, they don't want to be archaic like you are and set the system backwards. Because we are going forward, you are setting it backward. And this is what we tend to charge the Edo people, to have that mindset of not looking at, this is my brother, this one. Say, no, you must actually know who wants to actually know how government works, what is supposed to replicate to the people, and how the people are supposed to be the aim towards gearing that person into that place. Because the way they have made our politics looks like, if you don't actually believe on the ideology, you are seen as an enemy. This is a very dangerous road we are heading to. If we don't correct this mistake, if we don't correct it, a lot of things is going to go, that's how it's going to move in another direction. And that is my fear. And the whole political airspace, they have used this kind of rhetoric to poison them. Anybody coming, if whether it works for you, before you know it, they start tagging you with things. Let's see, government is supposed to be somebody who does not, but like I told you just now, like a cash machine. Everybody go there. You don't say, oh, Mr. Victor installed me there. Let me favor Mr. Victor, or Mr. Al Louis actually helped me. Let me give Al Louis 20 naira and give. No, let us see a politics whereby the people understand that yes, this is a government that will stand for us. This is where I stand. For all this red six I'm hearing, I'm not going to go with this. Call this one that, tag this one that. No, all the candidates, they are all matured. They are all learned people. Let them come and tell us. You don't need to campaign. Just give us a preamble before the campaign starts so that people can understand where the ideology might move to. This is my point, and this is where I will stand. Whether this one have the best certificate, this has nothing to do with governance. Governance has nothing to do with your certificate or whatever. No. Why you are there? What are you doing? That's the point. How many of these people who have been, look at the one we have in Kogi now. If you go and look at it, he has the best. But today, where are we? So all this sentimental today now, the same people are still saying, no, leave him, he's a good guy. So we don't want this kind of higgy-haga situation. We want somebody we can hold responsible and tell you, how did you spend this money on so day during the campaign? I quote, you said this is X, Y, and Z. Why is it not like this? So we can have those kind of conversations, not just going to platform and just sing hallelujah. Everybody will just say, let's go.
Please don't be upset. You will still use your time. Nicholas is
waiting. No, go
ahead. Please, you will use your time. Yeah, I'm playing this video now. Please, so that we can continue from there.
It is hard to be clear about who you are when you're carrying around a bunch of other people's baggage from the past. Obaseki's baggage for Asuen. The Edo State governorship election bill to hold in September 2024 will certainly be a tough one, as two foreign-based senior lawyers, Olumide Akpata and Asuen Ighodalo, slugs it out with a home-based serving senator, Senator Monday Okwewolo, aka Akpakomiza, will sometimes reconcile its house to pull an upset to return to Sadebe House in Edo State. Only time or so we tell. Meanwhile, since winning the primaries, Olumide Akpata seems to have reduced the tempo of the Labour Party. As people are wondering, where is Olumide? Holiday is over. Now it's time for campaign. For the PDP candidate, Asuen Ighodalo, though some party faithfuls, including the current deputy governor, Philip Shabu, and the former party chairman, Barrister Asuen Ighodalo, alleged that he was imposed on the party as a candidate by Governor Obaseki, even though he is begging them and the electorate not to visit the sins of Obaseki on him. So how well he's able to maneuver through the many baggages of Obaseki, time will reveal all of this to us. Anyway, we know say almost all outgoing governors, they impose successor, and thereafter the fight go begin. The latest being Wike and Fubara in Rivers State. You know, except for Lagos, where the person when they impose is now in Abuja. Well, you understand the gist. Aside from the many baggages of Obaseki, unfortunately for the PDP also, the party leader Atiku now resides in Dubai and only comes to Nigeria once in 4 years to contest. Even as some of the 2023 general election sign-on like Daniel Bwala are returning home to APC. So the work for them is very heavy. So Asuen need to reach out wide. But can Asuen really do without inheriting the sins, MOU and enemies of Obaseki in this election? Time also will tell. This is the only governorship election where the ruling party candidate, ably supported by the governor, is trying so hard to distance himself from the said governor. You know the reason, because of the many failed promises, unfulfilled expectations, and unrealized MOU of Obaseki. Because as bad as Buhari administration was, the APC presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, during campaign, still was bold enough to tell Nigerians that he will continue Buhari's shege policy. So why is a PDP running away from Obaseki's legacy if Obaseki and the people, according to them, believe that they perform? So ride on those policies. Or maybe Asuen is running away from the legacy of Obaseki's refusal to swear in 14 APC members of the Edo State House of Assembly from 2019 to 2023 in clear violation of Section 91 of the Constitution, which, you know, till date will be an albatross in the lifespan of the administration. Or is it the latest one of Obaseki's refusal to swear in 8 judges already screened and confirmed by the NJC, National Judicial Commission, as he continues in his abuse of Section 271 sub 2 and Section 290 1 and 2 of the same Constitution? But really, I want to ask, why will a state that has produced former NBA chairmen like Austin Alegi, SAN, Barrister Olumide Akpata, current governorship candidate of the Labour Party, and a renowned lawyer like the PDP governorship candidate Asuen Ighodalo, and a renowned lawyer like me, Liberace Oshoma, have the misfortune of having a governor who observed the Constitution in breach, and yet nobody they talk? If Asuen cannot beg Obaseki to do the right thing and swearing newly appointed judges in compliance with the Constitution. How then does he expect people not to visit Obaseki's sins on him? If he cannot at least ensure that his friend Obaseki complies with the Constitution by swearing in judges, newly appointed judges, is it in Eastern land or Ewohimi that have not had light for the past 10 months, despite Obaseki's MOU with Cement for Power and the Energy Development, that will not visit the sin of Obaseki on him? I've been at the Benin Palace when Obaseki they drag artifact to it. Or na Wike, the governor of Abuja, if you know what I mean, and his supporter Danobi, when give Obaseki umbrella and he collected it from them, that will not visit the scene of Obaseki on Asuen. I'm also sure that Deputy Governor Philip Shabu, that Obaseki has relocated from government house and stripped of all his aid and held bent on impeaching for refusing to koto to his poho for not contesting for governorship election. He's also waiting to throw his own bowl of revenge. But I must caution, Asuen also need to tell Obaseki, no matter the sins of Philip Shabu, who fought his own brother to ensure that their second term is actualized, become a reality. An impeachment against him actually is a demarketing of Asuen's candidature. So if the State House of Assembly goes ahead with the impeachment, can Philip be subsequently begged not to visit the sins of Obaseki on Asuen? You don't need to be a politician to know the answer to that. Why the politicians, the legislators, and the members of the judiciary are all nursing their grudges against Obaseki over some of the issues listed above. Also, the everyday people, university workers and students alike.
Hello? 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 System still working?
Hello, we
Hello?
can hear you.
Okay. Can you stop the video? It's getting too long, man.
It's working. It's working.
Okay.
Hello.
At the end, are you hearing me? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
At the end of the day, whatever the video is saying, it still boils down to the point. So we can either be here and be talking about generalities, or we face the topic.
To be clear about
can you stop the video, please? Hello?
The video is stopped.
We can like I said, we can either be here and talk about generalities or whatever, or we stick to the topic. So that's where you decide. If you want to stick to the topic, I'm happy to be here. If you don't want to stick to it, I'm happy to go. But the point is, the topic here says why is Asuen Ighodalo running away from Obaseki legacy. So from the video, so I think in a way, what we're trying to say is that the point is, let's start it from the point. What is Obaseki legacy in the first place? What is his legacy that Asuen is running away from them? So when I speak to Victor last time, I think we agreed to say
that question, Mr. Alois, that question, I will pass it on to Nicholas.
Can I just finish? Can I just finish? Then you can.
Please go ahead and tell us.
Let Alois finish his speech. His submission.
So, like when I was speaking to Victor last time, so it was asking what would it mean by this legacy thing of whatever. So let's make it easy. When Obaseki was campaigning in his first election, he also went further to the second election. And I listened to Mr. Asuen the other day talk about it as well. That's why I say he cannot speak without speaking about Obaseki. Obaseki promised one major thing, which is the Gelegele Seaport, which a lot of money was spent on feasibility study, different things, and consultants and everything. So 8 years down the line, there is no Gelegele Seaport. That's what we call a legacy project. So the other day, we heard about Atiku complaining about the Lagos-Calabar Superhighway and the other one. So if you put it aside, that's what we call a legacy project. So Obaseki did not deliver that one. So what's the other one? When he was campaigning for second term, Obaseki went around Edo State and said, this small power plant, which is not up to how many megawatt that they were building in that Edo Sat, will light up the whole of Edo State. There will be power. He was campaigning vigorously with it. Today, where's the power? And sometimes, let me even help him out on the power issue. He was blaming BDP or Edo Distribution Company. Now, the good news is that the Edo Distribution Company is under receivership. It's under the hands of Dahamod Bank. So if he now feels that the federal government is a problem, he can go to Diamond Bank and buy it from them and give the whole Edo State power. I'm just giving me help on that one. On that one, it's a failure. Then the other one, he talks about I don't know, what do you call it, the industrial park and the rest. We didn't see anyone. So that's what I see as a legacy project. Like I always say, every governor, tar road or whatever. So at the end of the day, we Asuen Ighodalo now go to Esan land. I tell you one of the things he promised in Esan land. If you go and watch all the campaign in the last election, I'm not speaking from Esan land or whatever. I'm not from Esan land. I've never been to Esan land. I let's speak about what I see and the fact. The man went on campaign and he campaigned vigorously across Esan land and Edo North, and he promised he's going to come and build what you call water supply, the so-called dam and the rest. That's what's promised. That's what he was saying to them. And he also promised them an Esan governor, which will be achievable as we speak now. But the fact is, where is that water today? So it's actually going to go and be campaigning with those legacy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Alois, can I just respond to Alois a little bit about this Obaseki thing stuff? Alois talked about the power plants and all that. He brought the power plants to Edo State, but the issue of saying everybody will have light, he didn't tell them that the light will be free. He never said that, oh, I will give everybody light for free. The power plant, if you want to show more power now, you can go and get it, but you will pay. It's expensive, we know, but he never promised that he will give free light.
Hold on. If I live in Ikpobai now, Ocean Power come and give me light.
Wait, let me finish. He never promised Edo that I will give them free light.
Listen, nobody promised free light. Nobody. He only said the Buhari promised free light.
He only said he will bring Oshomo power plants that people will have to. Okay, like now I'm living abroad now. I can choose which power company I want to use. It's a free market. I don't know if you understand. So
that is true.
No, it's true, but you are missing a point there when you say you can choose in abroad.
No. It is what you said. You said that he said he will give all Edo people light. He didn't say so. He didn't say so.
He says so in the campaign. Giving light does not mean that it's free. Giving light does not mean that it's free.
So if you want to get to show more power now, you can go and meet them. You can get.
Wait. Okay, let me just answer your question when you say if you are living abroad, you get light. In the first place,
you have choice to choose whichever power.
Hold on. I know you have choice. In the first place, I like when Israel say let's speak about the fact and whatever. Let's speak about the fact of the power. In the first place, Osiomo power or whatever power you call it, does not have the right for power in Edo State. So how is it going to give you light in Edo State? The right belongs to the Edo State Distribution Company, which is a different company. So Osiomo power is what you call embedded power, which is like you build.
Always. So if I may cut you short, most of the state houses, like the government buildings, they have. I think their light is generated from Osiomo power plant.
Hold on one
second. That is only where the authority give to them.
Hold on, you are not listening to what
the point is, I get what you mean.
You are not listening. My friend started with saying abroad you have a choice. No, that's not how it works. Osiomo power plant is embedded power. Let me make it easy for you in an English language and a native language. Say, for example, you see the University of Benin, which is like a big estate. You put a generator there and light it up. You only have the right to light up University of Benin. Now, Benin City or Edo State belong to the Bended Distribution Power Company. Obaseki cannot light Edo State. That's why I say to you now, if he wants to light Edo State, the people that own the license, they are under receivership. It's being controlled by Diamond Bank because they couldn't pay. It's gone into federal government under Diamond. You can go and buy the license and give Edo State light. But the problem with that is that your governor and the rest will not do it. If you have to give the whole of Edo State light, or permission, you will have to replace all those transformers. What I mean, you replace those transformers, which is like a capital-intensive project. So what is done with that one is that I'm going to select some government offices and give them light. So that is what it is. So that's the fact.
But Alois, whether he does that, and put the light, and then today from what I can see, I'm not trying to be, because me, I believe in, I want to see what from what I can see, there are lights in all these government houses on, through Osiomo power plant.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's not
no,
what
I'm not saying it's about what I'm trying to say. Let's go to that. Let's do it this way. You ask a question, which is true. Now, my question is I think when I saw that video, I don't think that video should have been coming out. I think that video is too one-sided. That video you just played is too one-sided, because the person is actually holding on, asking, what is this Asuen is going to talk about Obaseki? My question to them is, these people, are they the only party in Edo State? Second of it all, why is this person not actually talking about other parties? Is he using it as a propaganda? Hold on. Let me finish. This is what I see. Hold on. Let me just finish. Let me just finish something. No. I think that is unfair. When you say two parties,
don't say only two parties.
No, that is where I get. That is why
it is only one party that will win. Only one party. Not
Israel. You live in United Kingdom, man.
No, that is no. Whether you no, I understand. Hold on. You, whether you like it or not, during the past election, the Green Party actually came out. You saw the Green Party actually springing up. You can say Labour and Conservative, whatever, you can say it. But as far as there are other party there, because this thing, the way I'm seeing it, that's why I told you just now, we're having a politics of anything goes. And this is one thing that is dangerous in the society, because we cannot just be labeling it to one-sided and believe that we are educating the people. We are educating them wrongly, because you are not actually giving the spread. Me, I don't believe on this kind of rhetoric, because what I see that guy doing on that video, it's a pure propaganda.
For that you said, very correct. I wonder why always labeling it to APC and PDP.
This is the point. This guy, what he's doing just now is a pure propaganda and trying to make sure that you want to make sure you ridicule other parties. And this is one thing, it is dangerous for me to be, I don't, what he's doing just now is a cabudo richetamento for me. That's all I can say for now.
Oshoma is always fond of that. He's from, I'm sure he's from Auchi. And he's supporting Oshomole and
Israel. Let me ask you a simple question.
Purely against
Obaseki. He doesn't support Oshomole. He doesn't support Oshomole, but he's from Auchi.
Yeah, he's from Auchi. I know.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Let me ask you a simple question.
So he's supporting Shaibu. It's a fact.
Okay.
That is against Obaseki.
Okay.
He doesn't want to. He have never said anything good from Obaseki.
Okay. I'm hearing you,
it's not against Obaseki. It's for the truth. So it's for the truth.
One house.
It depends on where you play the video.
Wait, hang on.
One house.
It's a distinguished lawyer in Lagos.
1 second, please.
Every other lawyer. That's the truth. But
but Alois, it has nothing to do with that. If you want to talk about democracy, this is why I come in with my see, this is what I don't like. Democracy is for all. You cannot use one party and use it to kind of ridicule and you are trying to make sure educate the people.
Israel, hold on. Israel, there's an election. We can be speaking about 20 parties, or focus on the 3 parties that will win the election. Otherwise, we'll be here talking about, we don't even know the other parties. Now, you mentioned the other party and their candidate, so that we start talking about them.
That's what I'm.
Let me mention one
Why
for
is
you.
It not been mentioned?
Accord is there.
Is he only there? Those 2 parties? This is the point. No, Alois, you believe in democracy. Do you actually believe in democracy?
There is democracy, but this is a program, yeah?
No,
you are narrowing what you are talking about. We cannot be talking about what we don't know. We are only talking about what we know. So
we can say what we know, and this is why we have not actually let ourselves out of this quagmire, because we just want to believe one thing.
Okay.
That is why
Obaseki Legacy. You are not finished it too.
Israel, there's a topic. If you want to keep doing generalities, then we can do generalities.
Mr. Israel.
Yeah.
Mr. Alois, 1 second, please. There is one of our brothers here. I will want him to have the floor for now. Then Nicholas,
Okay.
because Nicholas is an investment banker. I will want him to throw more light on what he was saying. Don't forget we interrupted him. Is it upper net TV? It's your turn now, please. Upper reporter, are you there? Nicholas, please, can you have the floor, please? Go ahead.
Okay, from the video you play, Oshoma was one-sided, and he cannot come online. I don't know. Maybe somebody sponsored him to go and do what he just did. He was not actually doing that because of those citizens. So, from back to what I was saying, yes, Asuen is not running away from Obaseki's legacies. What I was just trying to portray is that he trying to prove to the people that he has the capacity. This is what he can offer. I think that would be the best campaign that we should be listening to, not assassination of characters that you cannot really fact check. From what the other guy was saying, Obaseki did MOU. There are some MOU that I know Obaseki did that comes true. Yes, MOU, when you are seeking an investment, definitely you must go into an MOU. But remember, you need funds to do almost of all these things. The way we are talking, he spends money, he do this. Have you fact-checked to know how much is Edo State getting? What is the revenue base of Edo State? To allow Edo State to do that will allow them to do a capital project.
We are fast track, but that's not my problem. He promised to turn Edo to Dubai. So if he doesn't have the money,
if he didn't promise, I'm just saying to Ishaland, he did not promise.
No, but Louis, if you
let him talk, please. Let him allow him to land, please.
When he came to Isha, Obaseki campaign in Ishaland, what he promised Isha,
not Isha, Ishaland. He campaigned in Ishaland.
Yeah, Isha, whether Ishaland. When he came, that's what he told them that he's going to make sure he as he's leaving, that he will support Ishan person to be a governor, which I believe he has done.
Yeah, but that's not a project. That's just supporting a candidate.
Obaseki is just one person. Obaseki is just one vote.
A project.
I don't see why where people should take offense on Obaseki is just one vote.
The way Oshomole, when Oshomole was governor, he did a lot of things in Auchi side, right?
Yes.
Just the same thing.
Please, I want people to also tell me what Oshomole did.
What did he do now?
Because I don't know what Oshomole did. I've not seen what Oshomole did. Because what you guys are saying now is one-sided. Let's see what Oshomole did then.
Oshomole tie roads.
Okay, Oshomole tie road. He left the road and keep. Have you seen? Oh, my brother, I don't know your name. Have you seen a road where you live that you have gutter that is not covered? It's not properly done. Is that not a hazard?
Israel, let's go to Oshomole Road now. Israel.
I don't understand. Which kind of road are you doing? You made a road, you create hazard.
What does
my brother?
Exactly the same thing Obaseki is doing.
Let's go to road then. What road did Oshomole do? And what road did
Listen.
Let's go back.
No, listen. Oshomole is one kind of God. What did he do that is so special?
Oshomole is not God. Same as Obaseki. None of them is God.
That is why I want Edo to understand that this thing has to do with it is the people who has the mandate, not these politicians who believe on the Higi Agassi way that they will meander the Nigeria. Look at Oshomole what he's doing now. Look at all of them. They're becoming a godfather everywhere. Telling those people what to do.
Thank God. For Oshomole, let me land. For Oshomole, why I was saying what he promised Ishaland.
First time.
Yes, and he did a lot of
work. Are you a Duma or your Calabar? What he promised
No. Mr. E, this has nothing to do with are you a Duma on this thing. He's a Nigerian. I think this is wrong.
I told you just I correct him. The reason I correct him is that
if you read the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you cannot tell anybody that is not living in any way. The Constitution says otherwise. Let's be facts here.
So
listen, who is asking? You're asking me if I'm a doorman.
Sir, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question.
No,
Let
it's
him
not
not raise
even
another thing.
Not even a question.
Even if he's a Fulani, he's living in Edo State. He's a bona fide citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Listen
He has the right to
speak. Israel, the reason I connect him.
You don't need to disclose. You don't need to disclose whether you are this or that. It has nothing to do with it. That is total rubbish.
Okay, Nicholas, finish your point, please.
Yes, what I was trying to explain to you is that Oshobole came as a governor. He did tie some roads in Auchi. Obaseki is working in Edo State, majorly in Benin. So if Ishan person is coming as a governor, I hope it will do more thing in Ishan land as well. Maybe that's the reason why Obaseki said, okay, I will make sure I bring an Ishan person as a governor. But aside that, from what we should be looking at, for my own opinion, we should be looking at what actually every governorship aspirant, what they can offer to the people. Tell us what you can do for us and tell us how you want to achieve things that you want to do. Because coming out to say this is what you can do, we know there's no much money in terms of revenue generation in Edo State. Then tell us where you will get the money to do what you are doing.
Thank you.
And again, Obaseki, if you look at what Obaseki has done, Obaseki, today I know they have 2 modular refineries in Edo State, which I saw one at Ologbo. Then this palm tree, there's one palm something again that he did or something. There's one external company that is coming up.
Okomu. He did not do any palm something. Okomu had been there before. Okomu have been there for years, not Obaseki time. What are you saying?
Very good. Now you are talking. So Asuen will now go to
you are right, Mr. Kundayi.
I built Okomu for under Obaseki. So we
No, listen.
That's
now.
what the topic is.
What I didn't say. The palm. This thing I was saying it did. There was a cassava plant industry, right?
Yeah, I think it's
cassava. Then agricultural palm, then rubber. Ikuba. Yeah, cassava. Yes. As Obaseki has done.
That is this thing. You are just talking of agric farm.
Okay, let this guy just round up so that we can. I want to ask a question to everybody. I want him to round up first so that I can ask a question to everybody. And this is a general question.
There was a question that somebody asked today about if he's living in Ikobahi, how can he get the power? Nobody is able to furnish him the answer. Because you cannot say that you build a power station without necessary infrastructures. Hold on, to distribute that power. And meanwhile, the power is being diverted. No, hold on. The power, Oshomon power station, is diverted to the national grid, aka Hausa Fulani grid. Then Oshomole is an Hausa man, really, that guy that talk. So we have to be taking Oshomole out of the question. It's not going.
Tony. Okay, Tony, that's fine. I want to ask a general question.
I did answer the question, and
I want to answer a general question, Louis. I don't know if you guys.
Answer the question of bringing the light from Ologbo.
Tony, let me just ask you guys this question. Let me throw this question to everybody, including the PA. You see, this question has been looming for years. And this question is actually bringing the divide. This question, the politicians have played on it to use it to meander their way into power. Now, I want to ask you, anybody that is born in Edo State and does not reside there, whether he's born in Nigeria and he does not reside in Edo State and he actually comes down to say he wants to be anything in Edo, can he or she not do anything like that? Can he not become whoever he wants to become or not?
Okay, good question. Good question. Tony,
wait now.
Not to be answering Adamu Aliyu. Hold on.
Let me finish. I just want to put it to the general audience because this thing is causing a lot of. Because all I hear, do you know the reason I ask this question? Do you know the reason I ask this question?
Can we stick to the topic, please?
No, wait. No, this is a general question. We need to.
Yeah, we need to learn this. Yeah, let him speak.
Tony, the reason I ask this question, I've been hearing it from all different platforms. All you hear is, hold on, sir. You answer this question. You are part because I want to ask it at the general. All you hear is, this one is on motor, this one is this one is that. I want to ask you, everybody who actually understand, let them answer it. This question I'm asking, can this person not become whoever he wants to become? This is my question.
He cannot because his
tell
name
us
is
why he cannot. Tell us
hold on. Yeah, but not no, but Mudiane. So Oshomole family, they migrated from the north into Edo State via Philip Shaibu's great grandfathers. Okay, so
hold on.
Let me land now. So his family name is Aliyu. His name is Adamu Aliyu. Then we have his mother's name is Kudirat. Then we have his brother's name Sheidu. So make una tell me what he tells about Benin now.
How do you know?
Okay, no. Leave Tony has put his own. Let another person still answer because he's not backing it by law. Because I don't understand where he's going to. Anybody who wants to answer that question, because I have something to say. Because this Omoto has to stop. Because this is another way of debating from the whole topic, and they are using it to kind of change the narrative in Nigeria as a whole.
Let me add this. If I may add this, listen. Whenever you hear those language or motor, just believe when they are trying to deceive the people, that's why they bring all this
Mr.
language.
N, I don't know your name. Sorry, I don't know your name, Mr. N. I just want to call you Mr. N. Don't be offended.
No, my name is Nicholas.
The reason I put this thing in, there's a purpose for it. Because too many of this Omoto has now used, they are not telling people who are bona fide citizens of Edo State, born because of their heritage, they are trying to take them away because of their selfish interest.
Israel.
I want you answer it, sir, because this thing we don't want it to slide. You answer this question, Ipa. You're part of it. Answer the question. If they are not,
I will answer your question. I will answer the question. Wait first. We want to have a mature discussion here. A lot of people are watching us. Senator Mondokbewele is watching too. Please let us have a matured discussion. Please. One after the other.
If I ask question. If I ask question.
Israel, can I add?
No, yes, that's why we wait now. No, we don't like this question. Even if Mondokbewele is watching, let him be watching. He's a candidate. Let him wait. Let him answer this question. Now the same people may listen to now. It's not good like that.
Continue. We need to settle this matter today. We need to learn this matter
now. This is a motor question.
That's what I'm saying. You wait now.
Oshomole was just an administrator.
Mr. Monday,
let me answer his question.
You are mute people. It's getting out of hand.
If you mute them, they will unmute themselves. Please, the question is, if Israel, to answer your question, please, I want, before I answer your question, I would just want that kind of fair discussion here, fair contribution here. I don't want that kind of round section like Portuguese Parliament. What we are trying to say here is that a lot of people are watching us. They want to see what the academicians in diaspora has to contribute. If we talk like this, they will not. They will just say they are even worse than those in Nigeria. I will, on this occasion, please appeal to help me do the moderation of this particular broadcast today. One after the other. If you are called in, you make your contribution. If you are not called in and you interrupt anybody, you'll be muted or removed from the. You'll be removed from the discussion for now. Later, when it's your turn, we'll bring you in. Mr. Alois, go ahead, please.
What do you want me to do? Hello?
Mr. Alois, go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that we either
unmute yourself and go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
We are hearing you loud and clear. Yes.
No, what I'm saying is that we either stick to the topic or end the show, because this is going to different. If you go to ITV or you go to EBS, there's a topic. So if people want to discuss something else, they should tell you to change the topic, because I don't know what's going on here, because there's so many things jumping in from left and right, going to different things. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Do you want me to ask a question? Do you want me to? I want to make my contribution.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a topic.
Okay, go ahead.
So the topic should be the topic. Instead of
all right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Alois. You said this. If you are in ITV, thank God this is not ITV. This is a dose in diaspora pouring out the reason why the city is not going in the direction
that
would be.
There's still a topic. Can you just tell Mr. Monday? Israel, hold on. Next time. Can you tell Mr. Monday?
The point. Here's the point. Here's the point. Alois.
No, can you just tell Mr. Monday?
This is the point here. No, this is my own submission. You can't block me from my own. This is my right. This is my fundamental human right. I will not sound to the tune. Hold on. I will not sound to the tune. Listen, I am not going to sound to the tune because if anything goes. This is my state. You can't tell me what I have to say because it's a topic. This is something that is bothering me, and they are using it to divide the state. And you want me to not talk about it because it's ITV?
Israel, it's okay.
Mr. Monday, Israel wants to speak about that topic. Can you give him a time and a date? And next week,
no, I'm not going to. If they don't need to answer it, then that's fine. Because if you want, you guys are the one talking it. This has to do with the governorship election that is going on. Because this has to be. This is one of the topics. What do you mean that I cannot put it? It's not. It's my right. It's my constitutional right to say what I want to say.
You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Say what you have to say. 2 minutes.
That is what I'm trying to say. I asked a question, and you said you were going to answer it, but you went on and you then go to Alois to say moderate and say go ahead, but you never answered it. The question is, this motor thing has been a subject matter that they are using to divide the Edo people. What do you have to say? I ask you a question. The Constitution of Nigeria does not mandate anybody to tell you that because you are there. So what are you going to say about it? You didn't answer the question, and you're telling me that I should stick to the topic. I don't have to.
Israel, calm down.
You asked me. It's okay. It's okay, Mr. Israel. It's okay.
Israel, we have heard you. We have heard you.
Pass the question around. Ogamonde, pass the question around. Give us 1 minute to answer
I was waiting.
Yes. No, give us 1 minute.
I want to answer him. Tony.
Yes, sir. No, but it's very important. It's more important than the major topic.
Okay.
It's not important than the major topic. We will choose a time for that. Let me answer it, and everybody will have 1 minute to give response to Israel. My response is that for those, I do know that anywhere you are, the leader will have the opportunity to read, to understand the needs of the people. Omoto means somebody who have lived in that place right from birth and will know and study the needs of the people. Like as Okpebolo said when he came to the show last time, he said, I was young. Himself and the sister went to the stream. Where they were washing clothes, they used soap to wash their clothes. And the sister drank the soda water. And the sister later died that day after drinking the water from the stream. Then he cried. He went to Jos. He started crying there. Then he didn't know. He was able to study that his own area, where he comes from, water is difficult to get. And it's true. Due to the geographical location, the water table is very deep in Esan land or Ishan land. So with that, as a motor, he was able to know the cry, the needs of the people. And that is why the issue of the needs of the people come in. And therefore, as for Obaseki, he never lived in Benin. Wait now, you have your time to talk your own. Wait, if you will have your own time to speak, you are stealing my time. So this is what it means that once you are a motor, like I come from Benin now, I stay in Benin, I do know that the Benin soil is good, and that if we embark on agriculture, our land will produce that food which we can sell the surplus or export the surplus to other parts of the world. Knowing the needs of the people, studying the people and knowing the needs and the demand of the people. that is one of the advantages of a motor. You live with them. You know these people. If you go and bring somebody from foreign land, it's like bringing a British person again to come and rule you, who do not know what your needs are. So I'll give chance to other people to throw some more light on your motor. One minute, please.
Yeah, let me continue from.
Mention the person's name that you want him to talk, so that we don't continue talking.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm the.
Nicholas, it's your turn.
Okay,
Victor,
if I
you will talk.
mention
you will talk.
This Omoto of a thing
Nicholas,
is so disgusting. Yeah, and Nicholas, I'm talking. I hope everybody is hearing me. This Omoto is so disgusting. I don't want to. I didn't subscribe to it. That you went to river, you drink water. In Asian land, even when there's no water, everybody have well. And apart from that, when you don't have anything to offer to the people, this is the only way to deceive the people. It's like you see it as a competition that this person is coming from outside the country. Probably it's better than me. Let me find a way to divide the people against them. I say I'm a motor. I know what do you need. You don't need a motor to succeed in whatever you are doing. Just as the has said, that the person, you study the people and know the needs of the people. That's what he needs. Study the people, you know the needs of the people. Whether I've seen people that they were not giving birth in Nigeria here that came to Nigeria for the first time and know the needs of the people. All you need to do is to study the people. That's why knowledge is good. A motor or no a motor is a distraction to the people. And nobody should subscribe to it. And so long as you give birth to people,
your 1 minute is over. Thank you. Your 1 minute.
You speak more than 1 minute just now. But you speak more than 1 minute.
I made my submission. Motor is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Victor, it's your turn now.
Okay, thank you, Epa. Thank you. You see, according to your definition of a motor, you say somebody that was born and lived all his life in a particular community. Okay, so by your definition, Okawolo is not a motor because he went to Jos. He didn't live all his life.
1 second.
He didn't live all his life in Eastern land.
I'll bring you in.
You understand? So Oshomola is not a motor. He came from Kaduna.
Correct.
I know.
You understand? Obaseki was born in Bini. He went to Lagos Grammar School. Then now went to the University of Ibadan. Then from there to America to stuff. So nobody's a motor because everybody did not live all their life in the community. Some of them were not even born there. Oshobole living all his life in Kaduna. He speaks Hausa man and his language. So what are we talking about? So who is now a motor now? Okolo is now a motor too. Because he went to Jos. He didn't live all his life in Eastern land now. So who is now a motor now?
Your 1 minute is over. Mr. Okunda, your turn. One minute, Mr. Okunda, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
We seem to be. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. As a motor, can be defined as a power really say that it was born. But the real truth is, what is the meaning of a motor? Meaning is the blood of that place. Not that because he was born and raised there, no. Because in the lineage, as a son, you are a son. As a do, you are a do. As someone, you are one. You have that blood lineage. That is what we call a motor. And so, if you are Igbo, you come, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you came, you are not a motor. So that let's not just beat it as person was born and raised up in the, because everybody went in this study age, you travel out of your place and study another place and come back. So you are no longer to stay in one place. But the reason is that what people said, those who know the needs of their people.
Your one minute is over.
Can I chip in? No.
Your 1 minute is over. Chip in, Mr. Alois.
Okay, the issue of
Alois, go ahead.
I wasn't trying
go
to
ahead, Alois. It's your turn.
So personally, the issue of a motor to me is a non-issue. So I think a lot of people that brings up the topic of motor or I'm from Eastern land is that they are afraid of this candidate or that candidate. That is the simple truth. It's freedom of speech. Okpebolo can go to Eastern land and say I'm a motor. Asuen Ighodalo can also go there and say I'm a motor. Akpata can go to Dosat and say I'm a motor. So if you go back to the abroad that my friend was saying, Barack Obama, Donald Trump said 200 times that he wasn't born in America. He even have his birth certificate. Obama campaigned and said I was born here and told his history. People voted for him. Donald Trump even brought his issue of his pastor. So if people are afraid of this one, say I'm a motor, we are just beating on irrelevant issues. It's all campaign. At the end of the day, listen to them. So if you believe, say, Mr. H, you don't talk about motor, don't talk about motor, don't talk about motor, we are just getting emotional. Every politician, we have something to say that we sway the people. You can never stop it. Unless we are now trying to say we are now making the rules of campaign. So that's what I see here.
Yeah. Correct.
Thank you. Your 1 minute is gone. OS.
Tony,
Ekboligi Manao.
No. I will just come down loco. Okay. Waya wabuta, sorry, everybody. I greet all of now do. So the 20. So what be your motto? Now be when your papa or your mama you come from a state. If you come from Delta State, your father is from Delta State, or your mother, your father is from Delta State, you are a motor. You can be a governor in a state. But if you say you are Hausa or Fulani from Kanu and Kaduna, then another family come like a Shabu great family or great grandfather brought Oshomole's great grandfather to Edo State. Oshomole is not an motor. Ighodalo is on a motor. The mother is Yoruba. The father is Edo. That's a motor. And then so why would they talk about a motor? We say like myself now. Make I use myself as an example. Yeah, but look, growing up, all those Okoro road, that Okoro water side. Now there would they go play with the choporuru, those fruits when they for inside bush. Okay, then all this upper Lawani, all those upper, all those New Area College side. And all those Sapele road on the left side, where they go to Sapele left side, now they would go farm. Would they go to Obagi also? And then they get to one side.
Don't finish you.
No, hold on. This is very, you know that Nami spark, I was second person to spark on this debate. And then I was begging Oga Modi to let Asamonta land this point so that we can bury this matter today. So why would they talk? Why would they insist on a motor?
You have extra 1 minute.
Hold on. Now not see where the way Benin State they look like. Ever since they born me and they grow up. So when they born me, I see two tall buildings. This tall building is Sapele Palm House. From the school, we just go to Bata. We go to we get a King's Quest Stadium. So from school they get hold on. Now not a shame. As Benin they look like. That's why we they look for motor or Obiotto. So that person be like say the papa or mama Bini on a do okay all of on Bini anyway. So you have to be a motor. Not be people that will carry say that they be Adamu, Aliyu, all those useless names. Now they call a motor. And now they call and say Oshomole is my leader. Somebody don't get primary school certificate. Abriba Taylor.
This is a story exploring one of the major problems in the South, and today we travel to a distant land.
I want Shomole to hear it. Then Obaseki also. Obaseki is not a motor because we don't. Obaseki has no village.
But do you want us to speak or you want to play you want to use this?
I beg you. I was
you're making it.
I'm making it that your useless constitution. When you say Hausa constitution, when you use.
Wait.
To get on this train,
you want to play this video, but you don't want us to answer the question. Is that what you want? I don't see this one as something that is going anywhere. Because you want Edo people to believe your candidate, and I think this is unfair. Allow me to speak my mind. You've allowed all of them to speak. You never want to use the video. And now when I want to speak, you want to play the video because you want to use it to meander the Edo people.
Excuse me, guys. If I believe you are calling everybody turn by turn, and it's getting to my turn now, you are playing the video. I thought you want to do that before.
The same thing you are doing now. It is my turn also to speak. You are playing the video because you want people to believe on your own rhetoric.
You are the one that asked for motor, so you cannot speak.
See,
you are the one that asked the question.
I'm the one that asked for motor. I still have my time to also speak as well. Just as you speak as your right.
Sorry.
It's me. Machiavelli is talking. You are playing the video just because you want to make sure you want to give it. Let me also have my time, just as you gave everybody their time. Because this is just another propaganda.
It was a long ride on a bike, and
sorry, I don't know how you moderate your platform.
He can do it. He can do it. Then I'm not coming. This is not. If you want us to divert your issues,
Machiavelli, hold on. You can't speak.
Which video? When others were talking, you didn't play the video. When others were talking, you didn't play the video.
Oh, Epa, you are using this video to distract.
You are using this video as a distraction. When others were speaking, why did you not play the video? Why did you not play the video?
Mr. Mone, why is the OT so rowdy? Jesus Christ.
It's not rowdy. When you guys were speaking, when he wasn't playing the video.
If I remove the video does not mean anything to this program.
This page, which happens to be also my hometown.
Please, we don't need this video, please.
No, he can continue to play because he wants to mean that is the way. This is just a one-sided thing. Because I see this, you are not being fair to the people, and you want them to come and give you a debate. What is debate? Debate is an argumentative. And this is the ball. That is what they want to show. And you don't want other people to we are concerned citizens. The motor thing, you don't want us to talk about it.
I've told you people before they should stop telling you Kwebo Borolo.
You don't want this is unfair. This is unfair. If you want people to comment on your show, you have to make it fair. We're asking a question, and the question has to do with what is going on as a propaganda of everybody using it to meander other candidates. We gave other people time to speak their own language. When it comes to all our turn, you started playing the video. Is that fair then? And you want us to give you a fair analysis?
Mr. Mone, let me help you moderate.
Okay. Moderate the program.
Hold on, guys, please, everybody hold on. Guys, everybody hold on, please. Can I speak? This is Upper Reporters TV. I've been listening to you guys, and you guys are really doing poorly. I believe Nicholas and some people know me here. I have a platform like a panel. You're not doing a good job at all. This is not how you moderate a show. I've been watching you guys, and everybody just acting like a baby. And you want to dictate who's going to be the next leader.
I called you.
I only came in to take your number. Hold on, let me leave. I'm leaving now. I only came in to take your number as a co-host like me. I want to talk to you off. I've been looking for you. I wanted to talk to you off the show. I have a show on Friday. I wanted to invite you to my show. So I saw you on air. I was so happy to come in, and I gave you the respect. So if you can land, then let me talk to you one-on-one. You give me your WhatsApp number. I'll call you later.
Upper Reporter, don't leave. I
can hear you.
Contribute.
I was in the bathroom. I was waiting for you guys.
Mr.
I know.
Please.
If I give me your number, I'm leaving.
Upper Reporter, please go ahead.
But what is it all that when others were speaking, but you gave them the chance? Why is it that you meet when you didn't ask me to? I didn't speak on my own.
Let me help you moderate.
Wait, hold on, Machiavelli, hold on. Let me land. I'm leaving. Can you give me your WhatsApp number on the private chat? Because I'm leaving. I don't know how to get your number. Monday, can you hear me?
I don't have your. I can hear you, but I don't have your number.
I'm asking you to give me your number.
This is my number here. I'm going to paste my number on now. There you see it.
Okay. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube, Upper Reporters TV. Okay, hold on. Let me.
You can see my number. There.
Okay, let me write it down. Thank you. Machiavelli, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Upper Reporter. You see, this is the problem we're facing in a system of anything goes. Edo State, it belongs to a country called Nigeria, and it has its constitution. And the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria never actually spelled anything like court or motor or somebody of the land. Is there any place, please? I'm talking to the audience now. Of course, you guys are educated. This is how you have made a Nigerian, the citizens, look as if they are worthless in their country. By calling somebody because he actually come from Lagos, he was born and bred in Edo State because his father actually migrated from Lagos or whatever it is then being taken away. His citizenship is being taken away just because of this. The section 43 of the Constitution as amended actually spelled out the fundamental human right of every individual in a given political system. So all this kind of a motor rhetoric that you have used to use that now build on the politician's mind of using it to meander the people into the way. And this is what the rhetoric you have actually want to stand on. I don't play those kind of politics of anything goes. This motto has been coming. And they have always used it to say that this person does not belong here. And you want to make Edo people believe that this has to stop. And you are defining it and you live in a defined democracy. This is just very uncalled for. And I don't believe on those kind of rhetoric.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Wait, but before
can I ask a question?
Before you ask your question, please, before we move on, I want to quickly nominate Alois to help Epa moderate this thing, so that we do it properly, please. If Alois can help Epa moderate it, please. Alois, are you there?
You tell him don't discuss.
Alois, are you there? Alois.
Tell that person to mute himself. That is noise is disturbing.
Alois. Hello? Alois, can you hear me?
Mr. Kundaye.
Alois.
Please, everybody mute yourself.
Hello?
Please mute yourself.
Alois,
I just got a call from... please mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. I've got a call from America, and they said the place is rowdy. They are enjoying the program. And this program is being distorted by some people. Please, Alois is going to take over now to moderate this program. Please, please, please. Let us have some decorum here. Let us have some peace. When you are called, you can make your contribution. This is not fair to me at all. It's not good for my platform. Mr. Israel, you are my brother. I welcome you to this program. Please.
No, I'm not interested anymore again because I've seen this thing is a one-sided. And thank you for having me. I'm not going to engage in the politics of anything goes. And that is me. That's it. Thank you.
I said, Mota, calm down. I said, okay.
Yeah, but Mr. Victor, what I'm saying here, if you go to any platform, there is a topic. If people want to discuss on that topic, they can say, Epa, this is the topic, put it on for next time. You cannot be discussing one topic and somebody is talking about something else. That's why people are complaining that it's rowdy. That's why that guy is saying it's rowdy, because they are deviating from the topic. I go to Nigeria Watch when I was going there. It puts a topic. That's what people talk about. They want to talk about another topic. They can set up the topic. So there's no point being here if they're going to be talking about different things.
Yeah. I think there was too much of deviation.
Because what Israel does in every show is that he comes,
go ahead.
You want me to moderate it?
Alois, please moderate this for us.
I'm sorry, because I don't know the names on the. I don't know the names. Okay, I don't know the names on the screen. Can you just tell me who is N? Because I don't know who is N, so I can call the name. Who is
Nicholas,
N?
I think.
Nicholas.
N is Nicholas.
Then who is E?
N is Nicholas Igbenobia.
Who is E?
E is E is you.
No, it's not me. That's not me. It's not me. I'm not E.
E is Okundaye. It's Okundaye.
It's Mr.
It's Okundaye. Okundaye is a man from Nigeria Watch.
And the other one is Mr. Victor. Okay. Victor, so what do you want to? Should we stick to the? Okay. So
topic.
So Just to calm this down, you were playing that video just play so that the place will calm. Then we'll come back to asking questions.
I don't think they need those videos. We don't need any video. If we want to discuss the topic, we discuss it. If you continue playing videos, people will not come to this platform.
No, it's to explain. Wait, 1 second.
It's
to explain.
So that everybody will
to explain.
This is possible because of the tightly packed soil that is prevalent in the north. Holes can be dug for several meters without it
to the
caving
beginning?
in. However, in the south, the case is different.
Rewind it to the beginning?
Here in the south, the soil you find
Mr.
almost
Monday.
everywhere is loose with no cohesion whatsoever, making digging of wells of Nigeria at one point or the other.
Mr. Monday.
Yeah.
Can you play from the beginning?
I'm hearing you.
Play from the beginning.
Moderator, well, can you tell us the reason for this video? What does this video signify? I don't know why you are playing this video. When you're in a platform, you want to play video, tell the people the reason why you want to play the video.
Wait 1 second.
This is a story
sorry
about the
that.
Go on, and today we travel to a distant land called Elohim.
No, it said they said they don't want the video.
Yeah, the video is unnecessary.
Epa, let me say something here.
We travel from Abuja by road through public.
Are you hearing me?
Because we wanted to explore the new rail lines that runs from Ife to Warri.
You don't wait for this video play.
Mr. Mano, just let it finish. Let us finish the video and
the means of identification.
I think I'm leaving now. I don't want to see all these video distractions.
Identification. I think it's a good thing because I had to try it, and I must say he wasn't capping.
Nicholas, please stay, please.
Because you are distracting now with the video. Let's talk what the topic you want to talk about. All these videos is unnecessary.
Of the bad road. Sadly, majority of
the
roads
it's to calm down the nerve.
Extremely bad condition.
We don't even do this one to calm down the nerve. The nerves are they are not. Everybody is adult here.
This is why I wanted to talk. Anything you want to do with interrupting of whether video, picture, anything, you have to express it. You have to explain. You have to say this is the reason. This is the reason.
Mr. Monday, can you stop the video? Let me ask the question. So if a video has to come, you send it to me. I'll watch it first when they are talking.
You go to a hotel and decided to rest.
Can you stop it now?
The journey the next day.
Can you just stop the video? So okay, we go back to the topic, which is
yeah.
Okay. So if I just come to Mr. Victor, so can you just continue on Governor Obaseki Legacies, please?
Yeah. You know, before we were deviated from the topic, I spoke about the Osemo power plant. You see, I'm not saying Obaseki, with regards to the power plant. Of course, there's room for improvement from successive government that come in. They can expand it, they can improve on it, they can do whatever they want to, or they can even scrap it. Yeah. That is the prerogative of any other government coming in after Obaseki. But the point I was trying to make is that he has initiated something, because government is supposed to be a continuous process anyway. It doesn't mean that one government will finish the whole. If a government can start a project, take it to one level, another government can come in and say, this project, okay, these are the good part of this project. The part I feel is not good, let me do it with it. And the good ones, let me extend it and improve on it. So with regards to the power plant, you understand? Some people might not like it the way it is. Some people might say, it's not covering enough. There's no enough coverage to cover the whole state and all that. Yeah, but this guy has only 8 years. He has started something. Another government can come in and extend it. It's normal. You understand? So, for example, Ambrose Ali beat Edo State University. Other governments have come to improve the university. They've added infrastructure, they've added buildings. So it's like that. So when he brought when Obaseki bringing the Osemo power, it does not mean that it is not he has not done anything. Yes, he has initiated it. He has started it already. It is there already. If Aswe come or Kpeolo come or Akpata come or anybody come, they can say, this thing Obaseki took it to this. He didn't do it the way we want it. Let's extend it. Let's improve it, or let's scrap it. That is their prerogative. So that is with the power plant, with the Osemo power plant. And don't forget, I think Oshomola also initiated one. I think it's Azura or something. before Obaseki even came with Oshomo. So Oshomo did Azura, Obaseki added Oshomo, and the governor can come and add on that one or improve on them. It's like it's continuous. It's like that, you know. So that is the way I see it with regards to the power plant, anyway. But to just condemn it outrightly that is rubbish, I wouldn't do that. Something has been initiated. It can be improved of. Can it be improved upon? Yes, it can. Can it be expanded? Yes, it can. Can it be better? Of course, it can. So another governor can come with a different idea, with a different policy, and improve it. I will make it better than what Obaseki left it. So it's like that. That's the way I see it. So with regards to which other one did you talk about? Regards to the seaport already, I think the seaport issue, is building a seaport. Seaport is not a toy project. Maybe Obaseki made a mistake when he said that. But although it was not specific when he was going to deliver the project, whether he was going to deliver it in 8 years or 10 years, I don't know. You understand? But he brought the idea of wanting to bring a seaport to Benin. And I think he has started the paperwork and the feasibility study and all that. Projects like seaports, these are not toy projects. They take time. It's not. I was even reading recently even the power plant that was built in Abia, commissioned by OT. It was started 20 years ago. 20 years ago, that's when they started that project, the one that OT finally commissioned. So if Obaseki say, yes, I want to initiate, a seaport project, although he didn't promise that he would do it in 8 years, he just said that he wants to bring a seaport to Benin. We don't know the magnitude of the project. We don't know the bureaucracy involved. We don't know the paperwork involved to get those kind of projects, because those are not small projects. Those are real massive. So maybe if Ighodalo comes, or Okpewolo comes, or Akpata comes, they can take it from where wherever he has left it. Although he has initiated the project, I'm sure he has done some no physical work yet, but I'm sure he has done some paperwork already. Then they can come and take it up from there. And
I think they've gotten investors as well too. So yeah.
They've gotten investors. So whoever comes can take it up from there. But at least he has initiated the process. That is the most important thing. Because these are big projects. And these projects are not done.
Victor,
Mr. Monday, hold on. I'm moderating. Mr. Monday, I'm moderating. Hold on. I'll give you your chance to speak so that it will be orderly. So I'm just going to follow up with Mr. Victor. So you talked about the power plant in Edosat. I always forget the name. Ihobe, is it Ihobe? What they call it? Then and the other one.
Azura.
So the one Obaseki time, is it Ihobe also? The one is like
Oshomo.
Sorry. Oshomo. So you talk about the continuity of government. So that is a good example of a continuity of government. So the Azura power plant, like was built under Oshomole, which everybody loved to insult as well. Then Obaseki now did the Oshomo. So what is clear is that under both governments, there was investment in power. Yes. So now, under both governments, now we are coming back to 2024 now. So we are trying to educate our people in abroad or whatever. If any candidate now come up on TV or radio or campaign the street of Benin or Ekpo Mairua, whether it's Labour, APC, AAC, or whichever party they are, and they tell you they're going to give you 24 hours power, should we believe them?
No, what do you mean by 24 hours power? Can you what is that? When you say 24 hours power, what do you mean?
So 24 hours means that, okay, let's not go 24. Let's say we should have reasonable power, minimum of 20 hours.
That if any government come and say that they will give...
Yeah, if any governor currently campaigning at those states now tells you, he's going to give you...
Even the federal government cannot guarantee that.
No, I think what I'm saying is that if any governor campaign in Edo State, I'm not using anybody like say this party or that party. If anyone, whether it's PDP, APC, AAC, ROP, NNPP, now say I'm going to give you uninterrupted power, should we believe them?
No, I will ask him, how are you going to do it? That would be my next question.
So that means
how are you going to achieve it? Because I know it's near impossible. My question will be how are you going to? My question is, how are you going to achieve? You should tell me how he's going to achieve it.
So that means it's questionable.
Of course, you ask question. How are you going to achieve it? It's questionable, of course. He would tell I'm not saying you cannot promise anything as a candidate. You can promise whatever you want to promise. But the question is, how are you going to do it? That's what I want to know.
Because at the moment, because that is what they all say when they come and campaign. I'll give you this. Because at the moment, we all know that the current power being supplied in Nigeria today to every state is still being subsidized by the federal government.
Louis, politicians make promises. That is what they do. It's their job. Politicians have been making promises for as long as I can remember. They make promises all over the world. They make promises. But the problem with promises is that there are feasible promises and there are promises that are not feasible. So if you make with Nigeria, with the way Nigeria is right now, if you tell me you want to give me 24-hour power supply or 20-hour power supply, I will ask you how you are going to do it. Because I know the way Nigeria is now, it's near impossible to achieve, both at state and federal level. So I will ask you, how are you going to do it?
Okay, I'm just going to, before we come back to the seaport, I'm going to go to Mr. Nicholas. So, same question. If any governor, any candidate, any of the party come around and say, I'm going to give you 24 hours power in all of Edo State, should it be somebody we believe, or we should see that it's just politicking or campaigning? Should we believe them?
I think from what you just said, yeah, okay, believe them. That's really why we are discussing this, and apart from that, that's why I was telling people that politics of trying to deceive the people is not as business as usual. If you are coming to tell the people what you can offer them, and the people are going to ask you, how are you going to do it? Just from the way the other guy have told you, that is the way it goes right now. Nobody is coming. That's why I was saying, even if Monday Okpewell is complaining, there's no need mentioning Obaseki. Just tell the people what you can do, how you can do it. If there's anything you see, okay, maybe this parent government is doing that you don't like, you can as well mention it as, okay, from this area, look at what this government has done. I don't think when I come in, this is how I'm going to do it better. That's the way I see it. If you cannot tell us what you can do, there's no need.
Okay. So, Mr. Okundaye, what's your take?
Thank you. Well, for me, anybody who come to campaign and say that I will just give you 12 hours electricity, I see it as a campaign, but I'm a practical person. If him can explain the strategies he will use to do it, then I can believe him. I can tell people to believe him. Because since I know practical, I work on practical, so I always ask questions about practical. So that is for me. So if the practical is not being put before me, I don't believe. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So let's I understand what you are saying. So they have to tell you how they're going to do it. So the reason we are asking the question is that we've had many elections, not only in Edo State, we've had it in Nigeria everywhere. Every candidate comes and promises power. But the reality is when they all get there, they realize that power is capital intensive. Like I said, the federal government is still subsidizing power. So maybe they should tell us what they can do that we can believe. So on the seaport, so I just continue with Mr. Okundaye. So the Gelegele seaport, which has been in the pipeline for more than 8 years since Obaseki started being a governor.
I think it's not more than 8 years. It's not up to 8 years. In the first 4 years, Obaseki did not mention. I don't think anything like seaport was coming
let's
up.
forget about it. I think it was something he started in the first term in office. So Obaseki started with Gelegele seaport. So that's not the issue anyway. Let me just continue with it. So the point is, we also have in Lagos a similar governor started seaport, Lekki Deep Seaport, and it took less than 4 years under his tenure to complete it. Now, in Edo State,
are you aware that we have deep seaport in Delta State?
I'm getting there, sir. So in Edo State, which is close to Delta State, there's a seaport in Delta State. I think it's about 2 of them. I think there's one in Rivers or so. So the question,
there's one in River. Even the Delta State that don't completed it. It's Chevron that I know is handling it. Even in River, they are all.
Let me finish the question, please.
So, let me ask one question. Yeah. These seaports in Lagos and Delta, are they under state or under the Nigerian Ports PLC?
No, every seaport you operate, it goes under the NPA, same as every airport. It doesn't matter whether the state governor builds it or anybody, because it's under their control. That's why it works in every country.
Okay.
So you're only giving the fiscal structure, because you're still going to have the Navy there, the Army, and the different bodies.
So it's being managed by the Nigerian Ports Authority.
It's being managed. Yes, so it's just like you are collecting rent and some other things, which is like a payment structure. So let me go back to the question. So like I said, the reason I'm asking all this question, I want politicians to come in Edo State tomorrow and promise what they can give to us. That's why I say we've got government who have promised different things. So in Lagos, a seaport was started in less than 4 years. It was given to us. Like my friend said, there's a seaport in Delta State. There's a seaport in Rivers State.
Rivers, Calabar,
sorry.
Yeah, Akwa Ibom too.
Akwa Ibom. Now,
one they've all got to their investors. They are all ongoing.
No, I'm just talking about the one that, because in Nigeria they are very good at using the word investors and they don't exist. They just tell you that
because of the capital intensive.
No, my brother. You know the reason I say all these things. Every big project in Nigeria, they are very good at telling you. That's what they tell you, is to keep the people busy. The day you see a physical investor come and sign the contract and say, I'm investing, that's when you have an investor. That's the reality of the whole show. That's what you saw in Lagos. They weren't screaming everywhere that we have investors. Physically, it was signed and they started construction. That's when we have an investor.
You know the advantage Lagos have over other people.
I know they have an advantage, but let me finish the question. Lagos has mass. Lagos is a country. It's not really a state.
Investors are more attracted to Lagos than other states now.
Yeah, yes, Lagos is a country. But my question is, let me just finish the question. The question is, like you said, there's a seaport in all these Delta states. There's one in Calabar, though the federal government is trying to upgrade it. There is one in Delta, which is used by the oil companies. Now, the question is, Edo State is not really an industrial state. Like you say, you look for investors. Lagos Deep Seaport costs about $1.5 billion US. And like you said, Lagos State has money. There's tax revenue. And there's a lot of factories and industries.
Now, apart from even the money, when you look at Lagos, is west situated and it's like a center of attraction for Nigeria, for any investors in Nigeria.
That's where I'm going to.
Lagos attracts investors more than other states.
So because of the location of Lagos and because of industries, banking and different things, there's a lot of tax receipts coming from Lagos. Now you now come to Edo State. Edo State is mainly a sleeping state, an educational state. So do you think it will be wise to mortgage the future of the state in trying to chase a seaport that will be a body on the state, and Edo State doesn't really lead to anywhere? And secondly, there is a project now going on in Lagos. If it comes into fruition, let's assume it will ever come into fruition, the Lagos-Calabar road, which they are talking about now, which is transverse almost all the South states. Will it not be wise to start forgetting about all these vanity projects? Because if that road comes into construction...
And brother, seaport in Edo State is not a vanity project. It's a project that we need in Edo State. The most important thing, what we should be looking at...
Are you asking me or other person? I don't understand because...
I'm just trying to... When I finish explaining the question, then you start putting your input. So you seem to be you interrupting it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not interrupting. Oh, yeah. What I'm saying is that seaport in Edo State is not a vanity project. It's a project we need in Edo State. Edo State cannot continue to remain the way you describe it as a civil servant state. Then we must find a way to come out of that state. Otherwise, we'll continue. Any governor that is coming, the best he can do for the state is to tie roads. We will not even put money in people's pockets. We need industries.
So
we need to open Edo State economy.
Let's finish with the seaport, please.
Create jobs.
Let's finish with the seaport, please. Let's finish with the seaport, please. So basically, we have people campaigning now for next year. We've had some people campaign and say they will give us seaport. It's 2024. After 8 years, we didn't see it. Now,
seaport is possible.
It's possible. Listen. Anything is possible. That's not the issue.
Yes. Anybody that is campaigning with you, you can ask the person how is he going to do it. But where Obaseki have already started it.
8 years. Power plant in Abia took 20 years.
Listen. I'll explain.
Obaseki have started it.
Wait. You said power plant in Abia took 20 years, yes?
20 good years, yes.
No, it did not take 20 years. You people get it wrong.
They are getting it wrong. I'm trying to explain the question, but they keep interrupting it. That's where the problem is. You say power plant take 20 years in Abia. It took 20 years because they didn't have the money. Azura power plant took about 2.5 years. So which is the biggest IPP in Nigeria, Azura. So I don't know why people are so talking about this Abia. It's a small thing and it's smaller than Azura. Abia took 20 years. There was no money. Azura took for 24 years. So you're talking about the deep seaport in Edo State now.
Okay, so have you cared to ask yourself why the seaport in Edo is taking 8 years?
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going to.
I will tell you. Are you aware that there are a lot of politics on that seaport? Some people, even federal government, some of the federal government, they don't even want it.
He said Abia didn't have money. Okay, Edo is taking 8 years.
Can I say something? Because he was trying to ask me a question, but I see where the interruption.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Mr. Okunda, okay, go ahead.
Thank you. You see, the seaport of Edo is very necessary. It's not a waste or however shenanigan you might think it is. But the problem here is that seaport had started by Obaseki, which he went there, despite he could not longer face it because of money and whatever things that he was expecting. The truth is, when he started it, his own people started galvanizing that they hold the land. And Obaseki is in-law to his own, however you people might call them, which enabled that project not to go further. The second thing is that the federal government, who don't want the certain people to be gaining from the resource of the country, who eluded only Lagos to gain the federation things, don't want to approve the necessary functions of that Gelegele seaport. Then the third part is that the place, the way they put Edo, Delta, and Ondo place together, the way they put it, that boundary of that seaport, it is very difficult to have that seaport with the way they structure their map of Edo, Delta, and Ondo. Because if the ship want to sail from the ocean, it will not stay in Ondo. It will not have a place to land where in Edo, where is the seaport. That is the major problem in that place, which enable that seaport not to be open the way people know or understand how it's supposed to work. Because if the sea comes from the high sea is located in Ondo. Because the water we have there is going to be light water. It's not the deep. That is that Gelegele. It's not the deep point. So the deep point still remain in Ondo.
I think it's a river.
And that is how they do
seaport.
Yes. So the deepest part still remain in Ondo. That is where the error came from. Then the third one is, hello?
Go on.
You want to say something?
I'm hearing. No, go on.
So we have in Delta, which is our brother, but that one is for the this thing you call it the for the oil company. So that is not the major seaport for the land for the certain people. Then like the one in Calabar, you were mentioning about before. That is where Peter Obi wife came from. That one was being used before when the white people were in that side. It is because of the neglect or the negligence of the certain people to know their rights in the country. Because the certain people love brand than their own developments. So that is why when I say Satan, I did not say because they just call all the four Sat. I might not use it as Sat. Because when you have East, you have West, you have North, you have to have Sat. But it is only Nigeria we have East, North, and West. We don't have Sat in it. So the Sat, which is we, who led to the Calabar area, because of we not understand, we not putting the right sense to think that all of us supposed to be benefiting everything the way it's supposed. Then that is why when our own brother, if one or two have opportunity to go to Senate, House of Assembly, or instead of them seeing to talk about our development, they will all be quiet to only share the money and put in their pockets. So that is why that one is not functioning.
Okay. So I understand what you are saying. You are summarizing it to say
Mr. Kundaye, Mr. Alu, it's my turn.
I'll soon bring you in, sir. I'll soon bring you in. Let me just summarize what you said. I'll bring you in. So I think Mr. Kundaye was saying we need a seaport, and part of the problem is that the river, the Benin River, is actually not very shallow, and most of the ships that come carry container these days, they are super ship. So need a very deep sea for it to go. So I think what Obaseki was exploring at the last time was that it should be a river port, which is still under exploration, like you have in some states, like going to Kaduna or something like that. Okay, now, so Mr. Monday, do you want to come in on the seaport issue and give us your take or what you think and what you think is the way forward? If we should continue to explore it or we should explore other areas.
Thank you very much for asking my opinion on this occasion. You see, that seaport, if I want to discuss it, I can swear by the Bible that I'm one of those privy to this Benin River port coming on board in Edo State. In 2010, I went to Nigeria. Then I was very busy with my business in Nigeria. Then the pressman came to me. They asked me questions on business, on my distributive trade. It was then I mentioned that Benin Port is the first port, or one of the very first ports in Nigeria. That is the port, that is the river the British used to invade Benin. Not very quite long, about 3 months of that interview, the government of Goodluck Jonathan approved the Benin port. It was during Oshomole's regime. That was when President Goodluck Jonathan approved that port. If anybody, if I talk, I would like to bring evidence to it. If you Google Monday Ohuimume, instead of AY, put ALE, then put my son name. You will see it there when I suggested the ports in Edo and Edo Industrial Park. If anybody watching today, just put Monday Ohuimume, that's Mondale, then my son name Ohuimume. Put it on Google, you will see that press conference, press interview. So Goodluck approved the port in Benin under Goodluck Jonathan's, under Oshomole's regime. But when Obaseki was now looking for votes, was not trying to canvass for vote, it was then he mentioned about Benin Port, that he would do Gelegele Port. He said a lot of things. If I talk much now, people like Israel, Asemuta will say it's one-sided, that I'm just supporting APC. I can see Clarence Bear there, my brother, trying to batter me, trying to attack me on talking to Governor Godwin Obaseki. Me, I know the talk lie. Now the truth I the talk. Clarence Bear, if you are there, be listening. So I come from Ovia Northeast. Gelegele Port is not far from my village. In actual fact, when Goodluck announced it, I brought out money. I bought vast space of land in that area, very close to where the Edo people, the Benin people, slaughtered the British people. Not very far from that land there. If you just get to that land a bit further, I own those land there. So what I mean to say is that after a second thought, I paid visit. I went to Gelegele, I went to Woton, because I had a big farm very close to that river. I found out that this aspect of Benin Seaport is not economically viable. First of all, they were this company trying to explore gas in Uwoton, the Bako area. I interviewed them and they said they are moving out, that the gas is far, they can't get it, and they'll be flaring the gas, the one they can get, that they're moving out. Then I asked myself, what would the port be doing there? To be carrying plantain from Egbeta and all those Bako to where? I found out that it's not possible anymore. When that port was being used by the British, then there was this aspect of timber. They were, the market for timber. No, timber. Exporting timber. All those areas, all those Otuna, Egbeta, Ikpako, Uwoton, go reach Gelegele, all those areas, it was timber. That's where the British were taking timber from. That's where they got the name Sapele Woods. That's where they were taking the timber to Britain. So that river is not deep. I took the canoe, I went as far, go round, and where the high sea is around there, it's linking Bayelsa. That's where the high sea is. And that's where you will find the high sea to the Atlantic Ocean. It's not even in Edo. And from that river, it will take you, it's about 16 nautical miles to Sapele, not to 16 nautical miles to Sapele, where you have a port there. One, that's the inland port. Even the Warri port, ship going to that Warri port, they normally, they have to use barge. They'll go and offload the containers inside the high sea into a barge and tow it down to the platform. Because I am a very, one of the very big Benin importer. So I use Warri port all the time.
Okay,
so I know this
can
thing.
I hold you for
somebody who claims,
Mr. Monday, can I hold you for 1
I'm
second?
coming. For somebody, yeah.
So, hello? We're not hearing you.
I'm
Mr.
hearing
Monday,
you.
we're not hearing.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, so when the issue of CPOL, like I said just now, I want us to be specific, because like I say, any politician that come and contest now, they will tell you story. I will build this, I will do that. I'm giving people in Edo State a simple example.
It's a scam.
No, I'm not going to use the word scam. The seaport in Lagos State cost. The seaport in Lagos State. Hold on. The seaport in Lagos State cost about $1.5 billion US. What I'm saying is that, are you speaking or should I keep speaking? Hello.
No, let me finish before you take over. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me land. I'm just going to summarize. So the seaport is not viable. Obaseki know it. He showed us a video of Chinese people going there on a boat to go and exploit the business. And later he kept quiet about it. He kept mute. He knows that it's not viable. Like you rightly said, seaport costs about 1.8 billion. And these days, the modern ship is very big that they need deep sea to be able to sail on. We don't need it. Later, Obaseki changed it to Benin River Port. Benin River Port. What is Benin River Port? It's left for Obaseki to explain that. But to tell you, I later find out, after spending my money to buy land and to see if the business will go ahead, it was then I did my research and I found out that the sea is not even big. It's a river port. The first boat, the British people use, one is still there till today. It's not for big ship. So in a way, I can say it's a scam. Right from President Jonathan, who introduced it, and the person who said he wants to do it, they were all scam. I swear to God, if you Google that my name, you will find the issue of industrial park. When I made that, when that press release was done, a week after that, Oshomole announced to the whole Edo people that he has earmarked a place for industrial park for those in diaspora to come in.
Okay, we come to the industrial park. We'll come to the industrial park later. I think that's also one of the legacy projects. Anyway, it's unfortunate that I cannot share my screen here. So back to the seaport, like you said, I don't necessarily think is a scam or is anything or something like that. I think the problem with most governments or most politicians or people want to be governor in Nigeria, not only in Edo State, in Nigeria totally, is that they like to tell the people what they want to hear, just for them to clap and believe that they will do something. So the issue of the seaport, to me personally, it goes back to what is the economic importance to an investor. Because before you go and throw away 1.5 billion US dollars, you have to look at it. On the politics or the economics of building seaports, what an investor look at is what they call the evacuation corridor. Same as when you are building a power plant. Like the Osioma power plant they spoke about just now, it has an evacuator. Just like the Azura power plant, there's an evacuation corridor. For the Azura power plant, the evacuation is the federal government. So the federal government paid 30 million US dollars every month to Azura. Obaseki is the one that is paying straight to the Osioma power plant, which it gives to the federal secretariat and the rest. So the issue of seaport in Edo is a good concept, but the problem is, what is the business in Edo State? You cannot build a seaport in an area that is not industrialized. That is the simple truth. Because how many containers would they buy in Benin City? So Lagos is very feasible, like my friend said, because Lagos has all the industries in Nigeria. Then Ogun State followed by that. So if you are an investor, you are more likely to look at Lagos and say it's feasible. Then in case of Calabar to me seems a bit feasible, because if you look at Calabar is close to the oil industries. And secondly, Calabar is to the east of Nigeria, which means Calabar can serve part of Cameroon, which is landlocked, and also part of the north going towards Maiduguri. So those could be more attractive to investors. But in business, when I went to business school or whatever, there are things they always say. You go to an investor, you pitch your product. The investor will say it's a very good product, but there's only one problem why I will not invest. He will say this product will not make me money. It's a good product, but it won't make me money. That doesn't mean that it's not good. The product is bad, but it will not make you money. So that's the same thing that Gelegele Seaport is. It's a good concept, but the money is not there. Because if you look at most of the airports in Nigeria, almost every state is building airports. At the end of the day, if you go and check the books, it's only about two of the airport or three, Lagos, Abuja, and one, that is making money. The federal government is actually subsidizing and paying for the rest. It's like a liability. So let's move on. So the next one is you talked about the industrial park. So if I go to Mr. Okundaye, sorry, Nicholas, let me go to you. I think I haven't been to you.
Louis, before you move on, let me quickly come in because you were using airport as a reference point when you were talking about the seaport. You know very well that they are two completely different.
No, they are two completely different. The reason I use the analogy, airport may be good, but is it profitable? That's why I use. Same as seaport.
They are two completely different things.
No,
altogether.
they are two completely. What I'm saying is that the concept of a seaport could be good.
Look, hold on one second. Look, what you said something just now, that for you to have a seaport, or for you to have for a seaport to be able to be optimal functional, let me put it that way, that it has to be an industrialized society or environment. Let me put it that way.
I used two words: evacuation corridor, which leads to the industrialization. So that's what investors look at. What's the evacuation corridor? If you put a seaport.
So the question you first of all need to ask yourself is that, how industrialized is Lagos State, that not only that they have their Papa seaport, they have the Lekki Deep Seaport, which is one of the biggest in the Sub-Saharan Africa region, that the newly built one, right? So hold on one second. So that's the first question. Then secondly, on top of that, you have the One Seaport, which is one of the fastest growing seaports in Nigeria as we speak now.
Yes.
So what you need to understand is that Nigeria as a nation, as a whole country, we're not an industrialized nation. But what we have is that we are a market nation. We buy a lot of things.
Okay. I will answer your question. You're talking about industry. Even if we are not an industrialized nation, we still have industrial circles. Lagos is
but we don't not to the capacity.
Hold on. Okay, if you are an investor today, somebody says come and build a seaport in Nigeria. The first place you're going to look at, Lagos is the most industrialized place. That's why you see that one went to Lagos. Then you look again. If somebody is telling you, say, Onitsha, Unewi, that's where you have all the ironworks and there's more industries here. So those states don't really fall into any of these categories. I'm not saying having a seaport is a bad thing in Edo. I'm saying from an investor point of view. That's why you see that the thing is slowed down.
I think where you are getting it wrong, if you have money to do seaport in Edo State, it would be a very good one. Why? Because it's like Edo State is in the center. If you from Edo State to Onitsha, from Edo State to Delta, from Edo State to Port Harcourt is an easy route for them.
Yeah, but that's what I just said to you. I said the concept is good. That doesn't mean that you cannot put it there. But to an investor, put it this way: you are an investor now. You want to build a seaport in Nigeria. You have three options: Lagos, Onitsha, Port Harcourt. These are the more industrial areas. That is where you will go. That's why Dangote went to Lagos for his refinery.
No, sir. I will correct something here.
Louis, let me say something. Seaport is not only based on industry. There's also commerce. Sometimes you can have places that are not that are not very high on manufacturing or industries, but they are high on commerce. So a lot of goods are coming in.
So you make an example.
A lot of trading is going on.
If you go back to your commerce again, where is the commerce? Edo or Onitsha?
No.
I'm just making an example for
you. Commercially, Edo is very viable.
Brother, I've not said it is viable. I'm just giving to you practicality.
No. What I'm saying is that industrialization is one reason. Also, commerce is another reason too for a seaport to thrive. Not just industrialization.
And Edo State is a center and it's a good place.
That's why I say to you.
Mr. Moderator.
Mr. Moderator. Yes, go on, sir.
Thank you. As Edo State, I explained that the reason that we don't have this deep water, that is just the truth. If not, Edo State is one of the best position that will have required seaport. Why? It's in the center of the south and the west. So from there you get to Ondo, from there you get to Ekiti, From there you get to Delta. From there you get to Anambra, which is this Port Harcourt you are saying is very far to Onitsha.
Yes.
Then from there you get to
Benue. You
Benue.
can connect to the north easily.
Yes, so it's in the center, but the problem is we don't have the deep water. That is just the truth.
Okay, my brother, let's go back to your deep water. You are coming back to the economics I'm talking about now. Eh? If you go to 9 in the north, what do you call that thing? Lake Charge. So let me go back to your deep water. Eh? So the reason your water is not, that means it's not deep. Eh? So they have the same problem in Lake Charge, why you see that the headers are coming towards the south. So a study was done by the British government on why those headers was coming. The problem is that the Lake Charge is drying up. It's drying up. There's no water for the livestock and the farmers around there. Now, how are they going to open up the Lake Charge? So a company did a study for Nigeria and they sent a bill. The bill is going to cost close to $2 billion to do that thing. So if they do it, we favor Nigeria to put that water there. That's also what we're talking about. The water is not deep. Now, you're going to make that.
Something about this deep water. See, something about this deep water.
Yeah.
If they want to even build the seaport or river port, the river will have to be dredged anyway.
No, that's where I'm going to. So that Lake Chad, they've given Nigeria a $1.5 billion bid to dredge that place. Eh? So in those things that you are saying now, and that's why I said to you just now, if you are an investor, the ships that come now, especially the ship that is going to the Lekki Deep Sea Port, they are what you call the super ships. They carry thousands of containers. That's why you have the Lekkis it's called a deep sea port. It's only a deep sea port in Nigeria. So I'm just talking about the economics. I'm not saying it's not good to have it, but to an investor, that is what they look at.
Let me tell you, all ports are not the same size, or they don't have the same purpose. The deep sea port,
I would say
the port in Edo is not a deep sea port. It's more or less a river port.
So and that's what we are saying. Now you are not going to a river. That's what we are saying. Let
me say something. It has it's just like a local airport and an international airport. It has its purpose. It's not the purpose of the Edo River port. It's not for deep. It's not for very massive ships to come there.
So what we are agreeing is that Edo has been changed from a deep sea port. It's a river port. That's what we are saying.
See, it was never a sea.
It's a port. It's a port. Whether it's a deep sea or a river, it's a port. It's all this. Look, it's for transportation. It's for water transportation of goods and services.
It's going to be of a smaller size than the one.
It doesn't matter. Look, it's a port. It's for evacuation of goods and services. That's all.
I understand, but there's a limit to the size of ships that can come there.
Like the one they have in Kaduna or so. I think the ship comes to Lagos. They use another ship to take it there.
No, those are dry. Those are dry.
That is dry seaport. That one is dry, complete dry seaport. That is
dry land. It's not even seaport. It's dry land port.
What I'm saying now is just like a comparing Benin Airport to Lagos Murtala Mohammed Airport. The size of plane that land there are not the same.
And let us say something about airport. It said just now. This is the reason I told you that the federal government, who don't want the rest people to be benefiting something. Now we are talking of seaport is in Lagos. We are talking of airport is in Lagos. Whatever company is in Lagos isn't only the Lagos that is in country. No. How the white people develop their place? This place I am living. I want to give an example here. This place I am living is the edge of the country. This the edge of the country, but they make it a capital city. But Nigerians, for those, if we the Satanists really wake up from our sleep and understand what is good, everything is supposed to be shared in the country, in the zones or regions, however it's supposed to be. Not packing everything into one state. Say is the most revenue something. No.
Hold on. This narrative that they are packing everything into one state, it needs to be stopped. Listen, the airport in Lagos was established in Lagos when Lagos was the federal capital of Nigeria. Okay, so that one was just common sense for you to have the national airport in the capital city.
That was established by the
Portuguese. We have with the airport one, we have to be. My friend is right. At the end of the day, there is six or five international airports in Nigeria for you to.
So on top of that, right? You need to understand.
Out of that, since you are talking about, it is only 3 that they give permission.
No,
Yeah,
no, they didn't give 3 permission. The 6 can do. The problem is that it's where the traffic is coming from. People coming from London want to land in Lagos or Abuja. So if you say there's an airport in Kano,
why Enugu is not functioning? The Igbos will have been landing in Enugu, but we will not find it. Now I'm telling you the reason.
My brother, you have to look at it, and it goes back to the airline. The major airlines prefer Lagos. That is the reality of the whole show.
You cannot force KLM or British Airways to go and land in Enugu. You cannot force them to. There is their business. They will decide that it's up to them.
I'll give you an example. Airlines were not going to Akwa Ibom State. The Akwa Ibom State government came out, built a beautiful airport, and formed their own airline called Ibom, and say, if you are not coming, I will be flying my plane around my country. And so they are expanding. So the airline business is different. In every country in the world, most airlines go to 1 or 2 cities. If you like, have 10 airports. That's the way it works.
So, like I was saying to you, like I was saying earlier, you see, when like the issue of having stuff you want, you have to understand that a lot of these things you have in Lagos are private investors who brought their money into the country. So you cannot force them to say you have to go and build the port here or there. No, they will decide where they think is viable for them to make profit when they put their investment. And as a government, you're not going to tell them that, or if you don't build it in Sokoto, then take your money away. That would be foolishness. So as soon as they come in and they say, look,
Nigeria will tell you that. Nigeria will tell you that. The country will tell you to give me bread before they allow you to do something.
Yeah,
they will tell you that.
Then when you have a situation whereby a state like Lagos state government is involved in such deals, then you cannot. The federal government, what options does the federal government have? So the idea, even the ones that this Benin River port that we're talking about now.
Yes.
So part of those people who want the concession to build that port now, they know they're not just going to be from the federal government. They're going to be people that the state government are sourced for. But then you have to understand that the issue of port is still under the purview of federal government when it comes to licensing and a lot of things. So all of those things were things that play a part in the delay when it comes to the actualization of the Benin River port. But since
I think the issue Louis has here is that it's not that the port is a bad idea. That it should be why it's not built within 8 years.
No. It's not that I'm really about 8 years. I think what I'm trying to say is that
because you said that they built one in Lagos for 4 years.
No. You've answered the question. The reason you've already answered it. The reason
the Lagos road is not 4 years now. It's everybody that started that thing.
The Lagos one, it was done in that short time. Like you go back again. The they were ready to fund it because they know Lagos has money. So that's very clear.
But the key point with Lagos, the key issue is that it wasn't built within one regime. Lagos was spanned 3 regimes.
We can't even precisely can even give the
Thank you. Let me say something. Mr. Moderator.
Go on, sir.
You said it does the Edo doesn't have industries. It is always as of educated place or of education, whatever ministry place. Now, who are the people to make the state to have industry? Is it not those who lead the state, who come as a leader, which people put their trust that we develop the land? Is it not them supposed to be giving the orientation to the people how things supposed to be in the state? Or those industries will just come by themselves and start existing there? Let people give me the answer.
You are very correct what you said. That's why we need people that have that capacity. Not just the person that will come and be tying roads.
Processes.
Yes, okay, but my brother, this is why. So I'm
just hold on.
We should not vote for Monday Olo. You should vote for Asuen Ighodalo.
No.
Hold on. We are not here to tell people who to vote for.
We are not campaigning here.
Yeah, listen, let me go back to that deep sea pod that you
passed the campaigning all night now.
Hold on, my friend. I've just gone to the internet now. It says it must be stressed that the construction of the Lagos deep sea port began in July 2020 during the pandemic and was completed in 2022. That's 2 years.
Construction, Abi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
what
is
I'm
the construction.
Yeah. That's
That's the actual construction now.
Yeah, that's the actual
That's actual
construction.
construction. Yes.
It doesn't mean that it started.
The planning,
The whole process started a long time ago.
Yeah, it
didn't just start building. They had to plan, they had to acquire licenses, they had to source for investors. Those type of
do feasibility reports.
8 years for Obaseki. Not even one thing, nothing.
If it takes 2 years to build, how many years did it take to do the feasibility studies and every other thing?
Okay, let me just read the whole statement for you guys again. Why it was easier for investors to do it in Lagos that you are not looking at. It said Lagos make a significant contribution to the Nigeria economy. It contributes 30% to Nigeria GDP. So who is investing? No one is investing. That's the most important thing. So it's,
what I said, EPA said about 80. I think there's two modular refinery in Edo State today. Whether it's small or it's big, there's a 2 modular refinery. Those are the way. They are the only way industries will come to this state. We need more of that.
Let me say something here. You know, according to what I heard, that they are doing glass now in Edo State.
Yes,
they are doing glass. Okay,
they're doing making ties in Edo State.
That's good. But how many of our people are working there?
Well, if you go there, people are working there. Okay, one of I know of person. Now, some of our people are working there. Just that you might not know them.
No person. One.
Okay. Hold on, guys. So that type business is a turbulent. Mr. Monday, this thing keeps coming up on the chat and it's coming up on the screen as well. So this issue of borehole and whatever. So please, people are dismissing it on the channel and it's coming up on the chat as well. So I think it needs to be addressed now. Now the 2 videos here, one is by Peter Obi and one is by Dr. Chairman of African Development Bank. Please, can you just play the first one? Let's talk about
what does it mean? What does it mean? What does the 2 videos mean?
You are not listening to what I'm saying. Let me explain again. On the chat, people are talking about this issue of borehole and Modokbebolo.
And let's talk about the borehole. Leave the video.
Let me finish. No, the video is very important.
It's not important. It's not important. I don't think I have that time. Let's talk about it. I don't want to see any video.
It's not a 1 hour video. It's a 1 minute video. It's not a 1 hour video.
Why I said it's not necessary because how much is borehole? If not, they should not stop talking about boreholes. Yeah.
I'm moderate. It's coming up on the channel, so too much. So, Mr. Monday,
let it come up now.
Can you play the first video? Let's just address that.
This one, Peter Obi.
Play the first one, the one with Peter Obi. Since if Peter, a lot of people respect Peter Obi, so let's see what he has to say about borehole.
Alu, you say we are not campaigning here just now.
No, Obi said it's not even a campaign in the first place in the video. I've just seen it.
And being able to find solutions to critical areas of need and our development. I've come to address a number of issues this morning. I've toured across the country.
Instead of us to be discussing on what we're discussing on, we are listening
to and interacting with people on critical areas of development, and I found there's any areas that while we will talk about government intervention, there's also need for interventions of well-being Nigerians, especially as it concerns the area of health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. And the 2 areas of need that I want to do what I call today an appeal challenge is in area of water and education. And my appeal is to a number of Nigerians. 1% of the population of this country, which is about 202 million, I believe control about 70% of the national wealth. But my appeal is to 0.1%, 200,000. So it's even below the 1%. In water, I found the continuous need for potable water across the country, which to provide pipe-borne water will take several years, which I urge the government to do whatever it takes to start in that direction. But in the meantime, to have a short-term solution that can impact greatly, there's need to drill boreholes across the country. And my appeal is to these 200,000 people to drill at least one borehole a year. Just one. You could do more, but do one a year. This will cost between 5 to 10 million, just one a year. And that will be 200,000 boreholes scattered all over the country. And it will go a long way in solving this problem while we wait for government to do the potable water system.
So, Mr. Monday,
I
think that's enough. I think it's
my second appeal is in the area of education.
Can you stop it?
Education, as you all know, is the most critical tool of development. The more educated any nation is.
So can you stop the video? So the reason I say play it, so there's the second one by Professor. Can you play the second one? That one is shorter, please. So that somebody else will speak against what Mr. Obi just said. Mr. Monday, can you play the second one?
Permission from Nicholas. Nicholas
from the second. Just play. Play the second one.
The second one. Nicholas is gone.
Yeah, but just play the second one.
Turn to the theme that I've been asked to speak about today. And that is for the world to respect Africa. Now, the first thing that I want to underline is that respect is never a given. It cannot be purchased. It must be earned. And it is earned based not on rhetoric or request, but based on action. Concrete action. Consistent action over time. Saudi Arabia has oil, as does Nigeria. Kuwait has oil, as does Nigeria. Qatar has abundant gas, as does Nigeria and other countries. Yet Nigeria is the country with the largest share of its population living below extreme poverty line in 2023 in Africa. That is not a gold medal that we should be proud about. Clearly, there is something fundamentally wrong in our management, or rather mismanagement of our natural resources. It is also clear that if we continue to mismanage these natural resources, we will remain stuck. I have urged African governments to stop securing loans backed by their natural resources. And that's because those natural resource-backed loans are not transparent. They're expensive. They make debt resolution very, very difficult. If that trend continues, it will be a disaster for Africa. If we manage our natural resources well, Africa has no reason to be poor. We have $6.2 trillion of natural resources. So how in the world are we poor? We simply need to pull up our socks, stamp our corruption, and manage our natural resources in the interest of our countries and in the interest of our people. And let me say, the resources of a country does not belong in the pockets of powerful and rich individuals. It belongs for the state to be used for the benefit of the people of that country. There must be accountability on our natural resources. I wonder sometimes when people go around and say, well, I've actually helped, we put a borehole in a state, or pull a borehole and it's on national television. The very fact that you're actually installing boreholes is an indication of government failure. Because in 24th century, every single house must be having pipe-borne water. So there's nothing to be really delightful about in trying to do that. And we should get away from this feeling of leaders feeling that they are doing public good. No. Leaders must be held accountable for the resources of the people.
So, hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, we're
so here. We've seen it 2 videos. So one by
hello,
one
we
by
are here.
so one by let me finish.
Progressive NG, yeah.
We coming. Let me just we coming, sir.
There's progressive NG. I want him to talk.
Okay, we coming. So we've seen those 2 videos. One was by Peter Obi. I'm sure a lot of you respect him. So Peter Obi has traveled to several places in the north of Nigeria recently in the past few weeks. And he has paid for about up to 10 boreholes after seeing how people are suffering from water, not having water to use to cook or to do anything. And he appealed to Nigerians, say, oh, individuals, you can do borehole. It's not a bad thing to help the people. Now, we have Dr. Akim Mwambode saying a counter-argument which says that we shouldn't praise individuals for doing borehole, that they can do it, but we shouldn't praise them. But the fact that they are doing borehole shows to us that the failure of government, which is the failure of the present government, either at state level or at federal level. Now, is it a bad thing for, like they are saying on the chat now, Okpebolo did borehole. Peter Obi says it's a good thing. Then the other man said people can do borehole, but it shows a failure of government at state or federal level. So if I go to the gentleman Mr. Monde talked about just now, do you want to take it from there?
Is that me?
Progressive NG.
Oh, thank you very much.
Progressive NG.
Yeah, I'm here, Epade.
Go on, sir.
So look, to be honest with you, whatever people do with their money, that is their business. If you're happy that you want to be charitable with your money, I don't have any issues with that. Peter Obi is a private citizen. It's not a government official as we speak right now. So if he chooses to use his own personal money to be charitable in whichever way, I have absolutely no problem with that. Why would I? The community where he sang those balls, they are not complaining. Him that is spending his money to sing the ball is not complaining. So who am I to come and be complaining that he should not be singing ball?
No, on the chat, people seem to have a problem with Okpebolo doing borehole. That's what Peter will be saying.
No. Look, if Okpebolo is a government official, or if he was in a position of governance whereby he could actually fix the water issues of the society and then chose to instead do borehole, then I'll probably question it, because I know that he's not spending his own money, he's spending state resources. So, and how you spend that state resources, it has to be, we should be able to scrutinize and question it in as citizens or as residents of the state. But when Okpebolo sang those balls, I think it was private citizen. So for me, look, I don't have issues with that. I cannot come and say, "Oh, why are you saying no?" For me, that is not the way I roll. Sorry.
Yeah.
If he was doing, if he did all of these things with his own private money, if he did all of these things with his own private money,
leave our brother from Ireland to talk.
So if he did all of those things with their own personal money and he is not complaining, the community where they put balls are not complaining, I don't have issue with that. So what Akinwumi is saying in essence, I kind of understand what he's trying to say. To say, look, the idea that private citizens have to intervene shows that the government of the day had failed in its responsibility, which is true. Look, if we almost, I think all of us on this platform now, we live in Western countries. Okay, so there's no, you're not going to turn around tomorrow and say you want to go and put ball in your community where you live now, because government have already done their job. They provided water for the people there. So which means the government they've lived up to their responsibility. So in our own society, whereby government presence have not been that visible to the people have not felt the presence of government in terms of that capacity when it comes to providing water for them. So if the private citizens are not taking it upon to themselves to kind of make a palliative, let me put it that way now, because that is like a palliative for the people to kind of have access to clean water. And in this age, don't forget about how essential water is to the human body. So for me, I have no issue with that at all.
So if I take the question to the next person, Mr. Monde said came in just now. Now before you come in, so we all did economics or social studies or whatever in school. So there's what you call the Maslow theory. It says the basic need of man is food, water, and shelter. So if that theory is true, can we say past government in Edo State or Nigeria as a whole are failing because they haven't provided these three basic needs? And should we demand from whoever is contesting to be governor in Edo State to tell us his plan for food, water, and shelter? Because if there is no water, because like the other video he was playing the other time, I watched a bit, he was saying that even in the north, there are still some states that there's pipe-borne water. Why is it that in the south state, the issue of pipe-borne water has turned to a luxury that no governor want to address? So do you want to take it up, the man that just came in?
So if I'm getting it,
it's not the man that just came. It's our brother from Ireland.
Okay, my brother from Ireland. What will be your name, sir?
Yeah, the progress. Louis, come on, man. Yeah, you don't talk several times.
What will be your name? I don't pick your name, I beg.
Yeah, you don't. We never talk off web. Now Akim they talk.
Okay, you Akim, both here. Sorry, Akim, man. What I talk be say? I say according to Maslow theory, the basic need now food, water, and shelter. So we are in 2022 now, or 2024. So no governorship candidate in Edo State or Nigeria as a whole has ever come up to say the issue of food, more especially water, needs to be addressed. There used to be a dam in Edo State back in the days. It's now moribund. So if these three basic things, according to Maslow theories, doesn't exist in Edo State, are these candidates pretending to us, or we should demand them? Because we are not demanding it. Is this something that we should demand from all these candidates in the next election?
Look, I don't think the candidates are. I don't think governments are pretending to the people. I think the people are a reflection of their government. You understand? So when the people kind of acceptance to whatever is being offered to them, they will get whatever they will get whatever the government offered to them. But you know, in I want to use the word sense society. In society whereby we live, I remember in Ireland, okay, because water in Ireland is free. We don't pay for water. So there was a time when the government tried to reverse that to say, okay, you know what, there should be water charges. The people rose up and they protested. The people said, no, we're not going to accept that. And then they scrapped the whole water charges. And then water today in Ireland is still free. So the people have to stand up for what they want, and until the people start to do that, not just that you have these people that call themselves civil society who collect money from political parties to oppose or support the government of the day. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the people. When the people stand up, when the people actually speaks, government will understand. Look, we all saw what happened when the people stood up during Babangida must go. That was organic. That was the voice of the people. Okay, they say, look, how many people do you want to buy?
come up by. So, people rose up against that government. And we've seen other instances when Abacha was in government. If I don't know if you remember when he made Ogbemudia Minister of Labor, there was a riot that happened in Benin.
I remember.
Yeah, there was a riot that happened in Benin that period when Ogbemudia said no work, no pay, and then they started attacking his property.
I know. Yeah.
When they start attacking his property, so we also these are the things.
Property.
So these are the things that the citizens normally do, but since we've kind of delegate the functions of citizens to those people that call themselves civil society or those people that call themselves labor union, you've seen how it's gone. So those ones, they just go to those government officials, take their own share, and they continue their life until that time when the people take back the power and say, look, the problem we have, right, always, if I'm supporting somebody, if I'm supporting a political candidate, and you are supporting somebody different, right? Yes. When that person gets into power, it doesn't mean that because you didn't support that person, I say this person go do this, and I say no. Both you and I, we still have a single responsibility, which is to still hold that person accountable. If he's not doing well, we both come together, forget who supported the man and who did not support it. It doesn't matter anymore. There's a time for election, and once election is over, whoever is in government, the people come together, regardless of who you support, and everybody will hold the government accountable. So the problem we have is that some quarters will be very biased in their support, while some quarter will be so hardened in their support. Look, I'm not a fan of a politician. Okay, I'm not supporting politicians. If I support somebody to become a governor, and while you are in office, if I see that certain policies are not working, I'm an independent mind. I should be able to speak out. I should be able to say, no, this is not right. You cannot do this, regardless whether I support that person or not. Do you understand? This is until we get to this direction as the people. That issue of pipe-borne water, electricity, good road, and education, all of this is going to continue to be a problem for all of us.
So on that point, so you sort of like saying that the politicians have weaponized poverty or weaponized communication, and the people don't even know what the government is meant to provide. But I would not like us to.
I wouldn't say. Look, poverty it is in our society where we use poverty as an excuse for our own individual failures. Okay, so in this Western world where you are now, there are homeless people who are homeless. Okay, they are very poor people as well. But when the time comes to hold their government accountable, they will be very vocal in their positions, in their stands. So we cannot continue to use the fact that people are poor as a reason why we cannot hold those people in power to account. And when we keep talking about people being enlightened, people being educated, look, somebody who is a parent who has been able to have a child who knows how to take care of their home, those are not illiterate. Those are enlightened people. Those are people who knows how to nurture people. So you don't have to go through the wall of a classroom for you to be an educated person. The life itself is education. So this idea that government, because they did not provide education, people don't know what they should do. No, those people, you wake up in the morning, you know that you have to eat, you know that you have to take your child to somewhere, or you have to do one or two things. Those are the education of life. Those are lessons of life. So at the end of the day, the people just have to be responsible as to what they demand from their government. Everybody must participate. Laziness have crept into our society, so that is the problem. Last sang a long time ago. They don't want people. My people, they suffer too much. They don't want die. Papa did for us, Mama did for house. So all of those attitude is what we need to get rid of.
Okay, I'm going to come to Mr. Victor, then thereafter Mr. Okundaye. So I understand what you are saying. So, but we have to understand that a lot of people in Edo or Nigeria today, under the age of 30 or 35, they grew up without knowing the issue of pipe-borne water. All they saw is your borehole and your tap packet water, whatever they call it. So, Mr. Victor, don't you think it's time we start to educate or enlighten our people and say this issue of pipe-borne water has to be on the table?
Yeah, absolutely. You see, this issue of pipe-borne water, we've had it before. I remember when I was growing up in Benin in the early 80s. You know, we used to. I mean, where I was living, we had tap, but it was going from water board. You know, it was working back then. You know, but now those things have become moribund. You know, those facilities are known. They are existing, but they are no longer functional. You know, so this is the problem I have with our people sometimes. If you see a government that comes in now and try to revive those things, they will say it's renovating. You should go and do new projects. That's why is he renovating the one the other government don't do before? You know, that's the thinking of our people now. You know, they will say, that thing has been there before. Why go and build your own project? Let's see your own landmark project. But they forget that, you know, if we don't maintain the ones we have already, if we don't improve on them, why going to build new ones? So what am I trying to say? You know, these things, like in Edo State, for example, we have in Benin, we have water board. We have them. The facilities are there. They just need to be improved and modernized and, you know, managed better. You understand? So I would like to see, you know, a government that will come in and try to revive these things. It doesn't have to be new projects all the time. You know, you can see most of these our moribund facilities can be revived. They can be brought back to life. You know, but another thing I see again with pipe-borne water is that, you know, it's about the billing. You know, that is where there might be some challenges, because if we are going to bring pipe-borne water in, how do we? Because people need to pay for water they use. It's normal. So how do we when we supply you water, you know, how do we implement the billing of how our people build for? Because people must pay the bills for water supplied, you know. So that is where I see the challenge, but it can be done. It can be done because when I was growing up, I've seen these things before. You know, we used to get water, tap water, but there was no borehole, but it comes from water board, and we get this in the house. So it can be done, but I think the challenge now because I think to do it now, I think it has to be maybe through a private investor that can come in and try to, you know, invest, bring their money and try to bring modern pipe-borne water systems and revive our system. So it can be done. I need to see a government that can come in, that can be innovative, that can think outside the box. These things are not impossible. You know, it's not magic. These things can be done. You know, like I said, I've seen it being done in the 80s, so it's possible. But you know, we just need to have that mindset that, you know, government facilities need to be maintained, they need to be improved upon, they need to be revived. You can't go criticizing the government and say that, oh, why are you doing this thing? Why don't you just do your own as a government? Do your own landmark project. Leave the other ones alone. You know, I think that is the mentality. There has to be a mentality shift from our people. So to stop all those kind of thinking. You know, there are a lot of moribund facilities of government, even from Ubamuja's regime, that are dead now. No government has touched them since 1999. So for me, I think we should try and revive the pipe-borne water, because we have the facilities in Edo State. There's water board already. So it's not as if we're going to start from scratch.
Yes.
You know, for me, I think it can be done. So any government coming in that can do that, I mean, you have my vote. You know, it's very important.
So what you are saying is it's more of a political will, because like I said when I started the discussion, the issue of water and shelter is more of a social thing. And what's good about it is the World Bank still sponsor projects like water because they are more of a social need, because people need it. So it's more of a political thing if the politician wants to go and do it.
The thing is that our politicians play politics with all these things.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, look, okay. Look at Okpewolo now. They are singing that he sang ball in this
Now my
land,
turn,
which is
now my turn.
Okay, after Mr. Victor, we'll bring you in.
I'm coming. You see,
And
you
Mr. Kunda.
see, most of the time, our politicians play politics with all these things. Okay, look at the Okpewolo now. They are singing his praise that he sang ball in this land. You understand? As a private citizen, but that's not what you should be using to campaign, because you are not the only private citizens that have drilled borehole before in Edo State or in Nigeria. Many people have drilled borehole, so it's not as if you want to make it seem as if your drilling of borehole is a special borehole that you drill that nobody has drilled before. You know, so but it's like I said, it's politics. They just turn everything to politics. That is what I see here. It's nothing really special there. You know, and as for the pipe-borne water, it is possible. It is feasible. I have seen it work in the 80s. So it can be done. You understand? We have the facilities. We just have to revive them. You know, but because of politics, many people will not want to say it the way it is. You know, that's the way I see it anyway. You know, it's like you said, it's our politicians are the one that are the problem. You know, they play politics. They use everything for politics. Everything is about politics. You know, so yeah. So I would love to see a government that can revive pipe-borne water in Edo State. You know, that would be for me. That would be one of the most. That would be very commendable. Very, very commendable. Because I know it can be done. Yeah. Yeah, that's my take.
I will take it from here now. Once again, I need to welcome our brother Akim. Thank you for joining us today. We're getting to the end of the whole thing now. We seem to be losing Alu is coming back. What I need to say about this water problem is that I do know in 2020, when a period like this was going on, I did mention that people like Obaseki ought to go and revamp the water board and give us pipe-borne water. These were my real points which I made, and this was the thing I was always saying, and this is the type of thing expected from a technocrat governor.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question.
Pipe-borne,
Even if you have done
wait a minute. When we were talking, I didn't disturb you. So this is what the Edo people needed, because I discussed this matter to this problem of sachet water. Please, 1 second. Hakim, can you go ahead, please, and say.
Okay, I think probably they have some network problems. I don't want to support that guy, that last speaker, about the water boards. You know, so the central water board is situated at Yaro. You know, very close to that's Yaro, where the Archbishop lives. The St. Peter's, whatever. Then we have one also, in a federal road, in Okoro Road there. So I don't know. And then we have pipe-borne water taps on the street. The people that are living there, you can also tap it like you are tapping current today to your house. If you cannot do that, you go to the public pumps. Then if the public pumps dries up, we now go to the Yaro, or you go to Federal Road and pull it around Sakoba Road, the same thing everywhere. Sakoba Road, Ipoba Hill, everywhere. So I don't know. The change of the pepper somebody. Then to the do something. Is Ogamo they listen to me?
In Jumeirah Road, we used to get it.
No, okay. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Then you see, it's really very, very painful. So I just share your views, 110% too. Then to the Edo question of the port, why are the people that appear there today so low in their thinking? Apart from Asemota and Oduware, who, probably including yourself, I don't know, because why should you be say that Edo is should remain poor? We don't need the port, we don't need this. Instead of us to be looking on how to go and redraw that our map so that we can have access to the Atlantic Ocean, because that place is called the Bight of Benin, for God's sake. Whenever I come to the platform, people will say, "Oh, Tony, please, Tony Africa, take it easy, take it easy." I don't have to take it easy before, because to talk to black people, you need to be that aggressive. Otherwise, black people brain is useless. So, Professor Omomori, according to the history with Babangida, they come and redraw our maps, and then they gave 11 oil wells to the Delta State, and then 9 oil wells to the Ondo State. You understand? So, and ever since, we have not been fighting on how to, to get those.
Tony, you are very correct. This is why I said with the certain people.
Yes,
because we are sleeping.
You are my brother. You are my brother. You know, same time when I'm there for
if you are not sleeping, people will have known that. It is why will a person from Sokoto.
My brother, Mudane. You don't say you're my brother now. You don't say you already help me there. You don't say every day now when they talk for the other platform that they remember Tony every day. Now they make like Chris, the other guy from USA. Many people they say, if we got Nigeria, will say this is what Tony have been talking about. That will not go nowhere. But no say whenever at the discharge, people they abuse me. Now you also say me they leave Tony, me they leave Tony. When we need to get to the root causes of all our problems. You don't hear me, my brother? Udamehoa, Chobo. So, but people just come, so they want to be approaching the problem, seeking solution from the top. That okay, we want to, the main problem for those states now is that division. They come and share our borders, and then they cut us off from where we are the owner. You see, and the people are not saying that. And then people are coming here to be that low in their mentality that Edo State did not, that Lagos State did. Wasn't it our grandfathers that built Lagos, that brought those ideas over there? Then, Monsieur, I mean, look at Germany. In Germany, where any small water, they return out to port. You don't hear me now, my brother? Either fishing port or whatever port. They must make sure. Look, every village in Germany they have one port, one type of port, one kind of port or the other.
Hakim, are you still there? Hakim,
no.
1 second, Mr. Tony. Hakim,
okay,
are you still there? Hakim
is not here, Mr. Louis. Hakim is no longer here.
I hope, yeah, Mr. Louis is there. I'm very happy that he's there to listen to me. It's not, look, why are people coming here today to say that, no, Edo State put something, is, not not be viable project. What to be viable? What to be not be viable? Well, we don't have all these factories before, that were laid up for, for us by, all those Goodyear tires, all those 94, all those rubber plantation, those rubber research institute around the Sapele. I mean, what the hell? Go to Ajagbodudu. We're having this Bini Owena River Development Authority. Abi, Namaoko na be the chief engineer there, You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they worry about people. Oh, let us be thinking so. Oh, let us come and build road and build borehole. Do you know that borehole is going to cause a very big problem for us in the future? Environmentally, that it can cause earthquake, and all of National go to University of Benin, University of this, University of that. That's why they like Odumare. So Odumare say, what are they taking? English they do. Many Southern Nigeria brains are useless because of too much theory. Me, I went to the Polytechnic and then I'm doing a great job here. I think Ogamonde know me, a bit with some other people. What the hell? You're just going to speak grammar. They were just going to be speaking grammar. Say that I don't need the industry. I don't want to remain like that. Look at the state of our city. No single road. No single. I mean, just not for joke now. There's no single road in Benin City. No single road. I mean, no, just a single road. Not be say, make we say the road even bad self. No single road that is marked like to European standard.
Asuen Ighodalo people the vest now, but not talking again.
No, they not. No, Asuen Ighodalo, look, I'm looking for an opportunity to ask him a question a very pertinent question. So I'm not against him. I like him personally. Due to even to see the fact that the mother is a Yoruba, that will make me to like him very well with Olumide Akpata. But in the case of that guy, see the other guy, this Okwewolo, let's forget about that guy because I'm very sorry, Ogamode, because that guy is gonna be other Adamu Aliyu, aka Oshiomole.
Thank you, Epa. Epa, I think you were supposed to talk, but you did not. The network or something like that. So now,
it was Alois that asked me a question about the water, pipe-borne water, and I've said that the only pipe-borne water can be because we already have the Edo State Water Board. So it's not as if we don't have the facilities. It's just that they are now moribund and needs to be revived and refurbished or whatever, or rebuilt, But the thing I only see, the challenge I see will be the issue of billing. How do, because when you supply water, people have to pay, just like electricity, people have to pay for it, So, because this modern era now, especially if we bring in a private investor to
my brother, you have done a great job. Hold on. You have done a great job this evening. So do not, don't go abstaining with that billing. Hold on, please, sir. With due respect. Hold on. We don't want to be talking. It has to be stage by stage. What I'm saying is that we don't need any feasibility studies. If you go to first Osingbe Lane, or Osingbe Street, you go to Yard Road, you go to Siloko Road, we have all this pipe-borne water plan. It's already there. Maybe they are rotting right now. We have to just revive them. It's pipe-borne. It's just like electricity on top. It's underwater. It's just like under cable current. We have to look. Then even to the electricity something, you can put generator, baby generator that they use in the Caribbean. Most Caribbean countries and Asian countries, they have a big generator that supply their city.
Tony, it's not like the way you are explaining it.
Mr. Anthony, hold on.
This is where I work. This is my feed.
Mr. Anthony, what Mr. Victor is saying, he's not saying is what having it is a bad thing. That's not what he's saying. But what we are trying to do, because we all live in abroad.
The billing, payment for it.
Hold on. I'll get to what you are saying. We all live in abroad. We can fantasize, we can dream. But at the end of the day, there is practicalities, there's realities. That's what Mr. Victor was going. It's good we are going to do it, but like he said, if you bring in an investor, it's not just going to.
You don't need to go. No. You don't need investors. Hold on, you don't need investors. Look. You have men like you, like Oduware, who is an electric engineer, and you have me here as a mechanical engineer.
I get what you are.
No, hold on. You don't need contractors. No. Hold on. Let me talk now. Let me land. Oduware, let me land.
Let me finish. Okay. I get what you are saying. Labor is a good thing. There's nothing wrong in getting cheap labor. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you are going to lay pipe around the whole Edo State. It's going to cost money. You are going to, maybe that dam, now maybe there's a problem. There might be a structural defect. It's going to cost money. So those are the practicalities. So that's what my brother is talking about.
I know. I get you, my brother. I get you. I'm a very quick thinker. I'm a fast thinker. Hold on, sir. Ogamon, they know me now. Let me tell you one thing. I don't do worry also. They know me there. Look, let me tell you one thing. Invite all the Nigerian people abroad back home, engineers, doctors. Then we'll be coming back home. Then all the villagers, engage all of them. At least small salary. They will grace their roads.
Mr. Tony is not so. Mr. Tony is not so.
No,
what they are talking about. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and the person who responds. This is why I said this is my feed. Before I traveled, the year I traveled, I work in the Yaro, that central water board. I work there.
Yes.
Then I work in Okoro. I work in Esigi. I work in Bubahi. I work in Aduwawa. So all the boreholes, all the water board branches in the
tanks, yes.
In Edo, not Edo State, in the Edo part, because that is Edo Sat. I work in all of them. So I expect, because it was during the time of this our brother Osumbo, that project was being supervised. Then I expect that the time of Oshomole, that water is supposed to be functioning. Yes. I surprised that a drop of water could not function. One, one is a neglect of continuing what government is supposed to be.
Yes.
Because if not, Oshomole will have make the water to float.
Yes.
Even if it is 2 house, because I know that many pipes in Edo they have damaged.
Yes.
But that is nevertheless, it will have make it to flow.
Thank you.
Then 2, the way to pay or to collect to pay the bill is not difficult. If people can live in a borehole house.
Or buy pure water, for that exorbitant rate.
No.
I mean that people. No. Hold on. I mean today, people are buying pure water at an exorbitant rate. I said they could also, afford to pay the water rate. That shouldn't be a problem. That's what I'm trying to support you with there. So the payment shouldn't be
the way to pay for it is not difficult. Because if people live in a house that the landlord not drill borehole, and they are paying for the water, because when you rent a house, now that is what is borehole in the house.
They will pay less for the government. For the government supply, they will pay less.
Because of the borehole in that house, is why the house is being paid on this so price for you to rent.
Yes.
So for that reason, you have to pay for that water. And not just only paying for that water. When the engine spoil, you know the thousands of money you will use to go and buy another submersible pump.
You are overstressing. You are taking a long way. You are taking a long way.
Hold on, Mr. Okundaya and everybody. It's getting late.
To me.
So let Mr. Modest, then we go for a summary.
Send me Hakim number.
Hakim, I don't even. I already sent your number to World Peace, to the upper reporter. I don't know if I have Hakim's number. I will see. Oh, that's Asemuta number that I'm having, I guess. You may ask Asemuta.
So, Mr. Okunda,
I already sent your number.
Let me just say something brief.
To the guy in Japan, I already sent your number. Okay, I already sent your number to World Peace.
2 minutes, Okunda. Let's bring the program to
our end. Thank you.
Let's bring the program to our hand, then we'll schedule for another day. So,
thank you. For the pipe-borne water to float, that's with the money to develop it. It's not a problem. The reason is that
Mr. Kundaye, 1 second. I don't. Mr. Kundaye.
Hello, talk now. I have off
send
it.
Your phone number to me, please. Send me your phone number.
Who, me?
No, keep talking. When we finish the program, who send the phone number?
Okay. For why the reason I'm saying we don't have a real leader who think well. Any leader who refuse to be talking with his own people, who refuse to put discussion before his people table, always fail. Now, all these things we are talking about, tap, electricity, whatever and whatever, a real person who know what is called leading, to lead people, you always call your state people to. These are things and things we need. My state people, how much will you provide for inside as your share, not dash? This thing is a share. So state, bring money for so and so things, a share. At the end of the month, you will be receiving, or at the end of the year, you will be receiving kickback from what you invest on. So our state supposed to be, that's the Edo people supposed to be investing in the visions of their leader. But because we don't have leader, we have runners or rulers who just came there, want to ruin the country and run the country to their pockets. That is why we are seeing everything as difficult. When a government, a person come to a position and schedule, this I want to do, and it will require so and so amount, you write an agreement, sign, no government will change it. These are the people who invest in these things. If you want to do something in Edo Sato, it doesn't matter whether it's Edo North, Edo Center, everybody will come and invest. You want to do something in the Edo Center, Everybody will go and invest. We want to do something in a donut. Everybody will go and invest. We are all receiving our benefit from our investment. You will see Edo State will become second Dubai. But because the people who came, it doesn't have idea. They only have idea of, let me just have money I put for my pocket. Everybody will start calling me Babake, Babake. That is the reason our state is backward. And that is why the people at home don't want to work again. Because they don't have people that give them wisdom to do things, that put them in the right knowledge.
Okay. So okay now, my brother, why the need? Why was there Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Works? That's why we say that we don't need contractors, because at least growing up also, you see shortly between Benin, Ibadan, and Lagos, people come on street light bulb when you get boss. Only one man will come with this BICC. It be like forklift, now it will come, it will turn itself up, it will change the bulb, You see, but today contractors should be out of the equation. No contractor. Let us employ the engineers that are graduating from universities and polytechnics and technical schools and those roadside mechanics. Then they get vehicles to be moving them, to rural areas, the roads, road work. All this, this public work.
I can help you a little bit there.
Like
okay.
This is what we have time for. Today.
Okay, I just speak what I see. That will be my last speak. Then everybody will go around for 1 or 2 minutes and just
go ahead.
So my friend asked about why you get Ministry of Works and the rest. So like my other brother said, it depends on who is the governor or who is the president. A lot of the governors that you have now, they are what you call emperors. We have 36 emperors in Nigeria. It's not even 37 with Wike in Abuja. So they are the only one that says yes and no. They are the finance minister, they are the minister of agriculture, they are the minister of earth, they are the minister of everything. That's why you don't have all those departments working. So
what else do you expect when people are using money to come into politics? Look at the price of getting primaries.
Even within that, when you talk about those ministries not working, so again, it depends on who is the governor. So if you look at David Umahi, one of the reasons the man was probably re-elected as governor in Ebonyi and was even taking him to Abuja now. When he was governor, because he came from an engineering background, all he did was he used direct labor from the state. So projects were done in-house. Most of the roads, most of the construction was done by the ministry because he understood it. But in the case of present Edo State government, they believe in the power of contracting and the power of contracting from Lagos. So that's what they believe in. So it's two different systems. So that's where I will leave it.
And that is where Omoto come into play now. Omoto. That means, you see, like Oduwari now, because I was not privy to that, what happened in Edo State, they said that Osubo was a very good man. And you see, recently now, he was unable to get his way because of the monetary, monetize politics. So you see that this is Osubo, people have been talking about the guy, although he's an old man now, but at least in Europe, old people rule us. Old people, our politicians are old in Germany. You know what I'm saying? The senator, the mayors, they are old people.
Not talking rich Nigeria. Even the youths now, 9 EFCC they chase.
Yeah. Once you are 50 years, old, they will say that you don't old. You know now. And the teacher they paid me. Even though that the old people they come with experience. They come with experience.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okunda. Please don't forget to send me your number. Wait 1 second. Don't forget to send your number, Mr. Okunda. My people,
but I don't have his number.
Thank you very much for joining us, for staying with us to watch this broadcast today. God.
Give my number to Kundaye, then send my number also to Kundaye, please. If he send you his, then send my auto, I beg.
I'll send your number. To you, Mr. Tony. So, my people, this is what we have time for today. We've seen a lot of the argument today. Our brother Panelists took time out. My greatest thanks, my greatest regards to Nicholas. My greatest thanks to Upper Reporter TV. Greatest thanks to our special brother Hakim from Ireland. I will get Hakim's number from Israel tomorrow. And today we've had the opportunity to see why is Asuen Ighodalo running away from Governor Obaseki Legacies. We've seen everything, we've heard everything. In spite, Asuen Ighodalo people came in and some of them wanted to bully to spoil the whole thing. This is where the problem is today. And at the end, they will keep saying a pie is one-sided. Not really one-sided. We are objective. We had on this broadcast today about 4 or 5 people pro Asuen Ighodalo, just one or none for Okpebolo. And these people could not convince us. They came, they tried to divert the topic to another thing. And this is what the essence of these 2 broadcasts we did today, to explain to the people that Asuen Ighodalo followers, they are not really campaigning. They are just causing problems. They just want to make it look as if Asuen must be a governor. If Asuen must be a governor, why campaigning? Why election? We should just let him be sworn in by Obaseki. We've seen the opportunity to see Obaseki, to have an insight of Obaseki performance in the last 8 years. And we concluded that why is Asuen not using this 8 years of performance as a leverage, olive branch to sell himself to Edo people? We've seen a situation whereby he's going round the whole nooks and corners of Edo State to ask for votes. But on another hand, Okpebolo contested the election just last year and is the city senator of Edo Central. You can see where the whole problem is. And we gave you the opportunity that to see that Obaseki himself know that the election will be tough for him. He's not too much bothered anymore. The same with Asuen, just that they have to put on both face. I don't so much mind if people say that we are using the channel to campaign for Okpebolo. But I'm just one person, a supporter of Okpebolo. And the other people too, they have right to come to this channel. If they say they want to take the entire channel and use it to campaign for Asuen Ighodalo, they are jolly welcome. One thing I know, they have been saying Okpebolo is not talking. Okpebolo will talk when the time comes. And once he talks, a lot of people will be shocked. And before they get out of the shock, then election is over. My people, till we meet again next week.
I beg, sir. Just for just as part of the closing remark. Please, sir. Just for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Ogamondi. Asuen Ighodalo said that he was not on the driving seat.
Okay.
So he said that he was not on the driving seat. And then meanwhile, Okpebolo is worse. Under Oshomole is worst. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Under Oshomole, it's going to, because it's going to control him. Look at the way they counted their primaries. 3, 8, 400, 1,000. That is already enough to disqualify them. Let us concentrate on Asuen and Olumide.
You can't have 2 governors at the time. And besides that, Asuen Ighodalo, don't they have problems?
No, one of them, one of the two. Either Olumide or Asuen Ighodalo.
Are you aware that a lot of
people are saying argument again. If we should end the program, next time,
a lot of them will be decapitated. A lot of them will be decapitated to APC very soon. Mr. Okunda, don't forget.